wrapped around your soul with no control. You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I'll run, I'll hide. Darkness always clouds my mind. When I look behind, it's moving closer every time. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. 'Cause darkness, my old friend, you get me at the end. At the end. Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control? You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. 'Cause darkness, my old friend, you get me at the end.
What's going on, folks? Will Stewart here with another late night THFC rant. 2-1 over Villa. How's everybody doing tonight? Excuse me. Let's bring in some folks. We got Mr. Carey and Spurs After Dark. in the background.
So guys, big
Now in front of all of you. 3 points. 3 points on the day. 4, 2, 3, 1. Anybody have complaints now? Far more attacking looking here. We'll get into the details of the show, I'm sure, today. The link is pinned to the top. Anybody who wants to join is able to do so. Switch the mic back to the old broadcasting microphone because this thing came in. And Spurs today showing some fights, but yet again, once again, it was the Son Heung-min show. Other than a screamer from about 65 yards out, I didn't see much. No, he did play, but I didn't see much attacking fortitude from Mr. Harry Kane himself today. Am I wrong?
I mean, I think, yeah, Harry Kane we saw more of him than we have recently. He was more involved in the play for sure, but he was disappointing. And we continue to see, I think, examples of body language that would lead us to believe that his head's not in it, not like most seasons. So,
yeah, I mean, he was there. Contributed, but definitely not the Harry Kane of last season yet. That's for sure. Let's read some of the comments that we got going on here. We'll throw Cody Mack into the mix as well while we're bringing up some comments of some folks. Mr. Bright says, first in, woo woo, get in there. Pretty similar things I say to the missus, to be frank. Funny. Thoughts on Emerson. We'll get into thoughts on Emerson in a bit later. Did I think that he was decent today? Yeah, he's all right. And off topic for a second, beard bombs. Cody Mack gave you a hippie Canadian mixture of beard bomb mixtures. I just use like honest Amish. You don't need
a beard bomb, Will. Come on now.
Yeah, I do, man. Let's get to the point now. We're starting to get itchy.
My wife said you're better looking with a little stubble.
Yeah.
I think that's an indictment of your face.
Maybe an indictment of our face, but it may also be the fact that I'm
savage.
I would be concerned that your wife is saying I'm good looking. Yeah.
No, she didn't say good.
True.
She didn't say good. She said you're better looking with a little stubble.
Isn't everybody? Well, also, to be honest with you, when I am at a lower body
fat, my wife is
not. I would say that when I'm at a lower body fat percentage, it's probably not the case. Some people here who are privy to our group chats have seen myself when I was 35, just 2 years younger than Cody. I don't know what's wrong with him, but
nothing.
But when I am at low body fat percentages, I have a very distinguished jawline and quite handsome, even without stubble. If I do say so myself. That was a while ago, though. I'm an old man now, and I'm lazy, so I don't go to the gym anymore.
You're beautiful on the inside.
Yeah, that's all that matters. There's a funny story to that that the entire world doesn't need to know. I'll explain sometime to people later. But there's a funny reason why I did that and why I've stopped doing it. But who else is in here? Cody Mack giving his beard bomb stuff. Will McKenzie saying, "Come on, you Spurs lads." Big up, William. EC Sonny was amazing today. Yes, we are now the Son Heung-min Club. Ellie's in the house. Big fan of yours, Will. Super shows. You always host, always questioning the status quo. Keep up your tremendous work, and you're good looking. Don't listen to the biatches. There you go. There you go, Cody. You heard it from the lady herself. Kier's also in the house. Ugly is a pretty word. Hey, lads. Don't know what that means.
Yeah,
per
I'm
se.
not really sure what that. It was a little cryptic.
Cursed can't
Ugly
sleep
is
because
pretty.
Højbjerg scored today. She's just sitting there watching it over and over. Oh, Højbjerg,
Oh,
Watching
Højbjerg.
it over and over.
That was me. That was me. So, Kirsten and I are simpatico because I was over and over. It was amazing.
Højbjerg
Loved it.
needs to be made captain. He can
Truth.
galvanize. It was like an ambassador for the game, shaking hands. I've always said that Højbjerg needs to. I want the captain to be somebody who's got some fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Emerson Royal.
No.
Oh, I can't wait for this. This is gonna be fun.
If he was, we can go to Emerson Royal first off.
No,
for me,
no. We got.
I mean, it's a good place to
No,
start.
Yeah. Gotta
We're
wait
past
for
the
more
10-minute
people to
mark,
hop on
so
too.
we
Make
can
it real fun.
we can start cussing.
We don't have to swear. There's no swearing.
But for me overall, I thought the team looked good. Lot of chances, created a lot of chances today. Is our squad better than most today? Yeah, I've always said our first 11 is better than their first 11 in when you talk about star power quality. I'm talking about the overall depth of the squad. So it doesn't matter how we perform in a match. It's about the depth of the squad is my position. But yeah, you're right. Pef for cap. Plus peace sign. Thank you, peace sign. And that's how a lot of things go. But Mr. Mac, what were your thoughts on today's performance?
Oh, it's just a relief.
Give us a wrap. Wrap it out for us.
Catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. 7 shots on goal. International break. Let's go.
Yay!
2
It's
weeks
getting
with
hype.
no
It's getting
Spurs. I'm ready. I'm ready for a break.
Yeah.
like Ross from Friends. We were on a break. Even on the back of a win, I am ready just to detach and decompress and you know what? I just hope that this international break isn't half as stressful as the last one with all the crap going on with the Argentinians and the injuries and it was just such a mess last time.
Well, the only one that I'm worried about now is Son himself.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Korea is kind of in a position right now where there's a very good opportunity that they don't qualify for the World Cup this season. So that means that they're going to be pushing real hard for him to be having 90 minutes in every single qualifying match they got. And
his son, so he's going to give it everything, especially for his country. So yeah, I'd be worried about him too. Supposedly, the British and Argentinian governments, at least, have come to some sort of agreement, some sort of accord on, allowing the players to travel between and
well, it's the
quarantine
UK
with
government,
their
right?
teams.
Yeah. So if
Yeah,
you've been
yeah.
vaccinated, you don't have to quarantine anymore or something like that. So shouldn't have any of the same issues that
I read that they were supposed to quarantine, but with the team, so they can still practice and then play. But they're not supposed to go out in public, is what
Gotcha.
I understood. But I don't know for sure. I mean, who knows? This
Yeah, I
stuff is
don't
so
either.
confusing. All the COVID regulations, it's crazy, and it's made international football a farce. Like, there's so many games that are being made up. It was so congested. It's terrible for player welfare. And FIFA, UEFA, CONMEBOL, CONCACAF, all of them, all of the international federations have completely dropped the ball, and it's bad for players, bad for clubs, it's bad for club football, and it's also lessening the quality of international competition. It's all around a really bad thing. So
Wall Street Hotspur, I love you, man. I love you. But this is my problem with the Spurs fan base.
I think he's just trolling you, honestly.
Gotta be trolling. I hope it's just a troll. I hope.
I mean, I hope so too, because
I wouldn't be
he was good
wouldn't
today,
be surprised
but
if it wasn't
yeah,
though. Let's put
yeah.
it that way. Wouldn't be surprised at all if it wasn't an actual troll.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sonny's going to Korea, then to Iran, then back to the UK again.
Yeah.
But yeah. Wall Street says he is trolling, but he does like him as a player. That's okay. First Squad says, big up to the UK late nights crew. Good to see you back, Will. Good THFC win. We needed it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we did. It didn't move us as far up the table as I would like. But it's always good. And Ali says, love your American accents. That's Cody included. So classy, and you're all cracking me up. So keep up the crack. But I always love to
Here
troll
come the
Cody on
beard
his
flags,
American.
Yeah.
His American. He froze. His camera froze on the beer flags. Now he's got two of them.
Am I still frozen?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Frozen now, though. It's pretty funny.
How about now? Am I frozen now?
No, not frozen now.
No. Oh.
No, we can still see you moving.
See,
Especially with the flags in your beard. Any twitch of your smile of your face, the flags move.
You can do some ASMR, some chewing noises.
please,
yep.
please, let's not subject the audience to that. That's just.
Good
We've had a good day
evening,
today.
everyone.
We don't want to traumatize
What's
people.
going on? Incredible beer flags. I'm sounding overly bassy today for some reason. Maybe it's just me. But
Hey, Will, why don't you put a couple flags in your beard, Will?
because some Canadian tool bet me to shave my beard. That's why. What do you guys think of this little thing? This is kind of cool. I saw something for it online here, and it's a little block that
Game changer.
game
Nice.
changer.
You're
And
legit now.
Yep. And I got one too for my interview mic as well. So
Oh, look at that! You can interview. You can interview your
interview
granddad.
nobody. See, it's like I have no friends, so I have this whole place set up for guests, and I have no friends. So I mean, who's going to come over and join me in my podcast? But it's because I never leave, dude. I'm too busy. Never leave the house. Doing a show here, or I'm doing my real job there, or I've got kid stuff there. My wife goes all over the place, though. Got
See
like
this?
300 friends already, and we've lived here for like a month.
Do you know what this is?
The world's smallest fiddle playing the world's saddest tune.
A fiddle.
Yeah,
Violin.
same thing.
There he is.
Marcelo is in the
Marcelo.
house
I'm telling you, bros.
Hey,
with the fresh tat, rocking the tat, rat-a-tat-tat.
How we doing, boys? How we
Doing
doing? How
good.
we doing?
You don't seem very energetic.
Well, I went to like a fair. I've been doing a lot of things. Then I had to wake up early for the Spurs game. It's been a long day, and then I just finished our workout session. But I am happy. We finally won. We won a game of football, guys. We did it. We won a game of football.
Did we play football today, Marcelo?
We actually played pretty well. I gotta give Nuno credit. I gotta give him credit. He did change the formation, which is what I asked for, and he stopped playing Dele Alli, which is what I asked for.
God.
Yeah, thank God. But
Play
and
Tongi in the 10 role, which a lot of people had always been asking for.
I still think his man management in game needs a lot of improvement. I thought in the second half we came in every time in the second half. I don't know what type of talk he's giving those guys, but it's not working out. He's got to change whatever whatever halftime talk he's given, because beginning second half, Villa was all over us.
Well,
But,
I mean, I'm sure they have their own halftime talk as well, right? So, they needed a boost for sure as well.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, you got to give credit. Villa is a good team. I thought we were going to lose this game. I really did. I wasn't expecting much from Nuno.
I think Lucas and Son got robbed of a goal and an assist. I've watched
That was definitely a
replay
Lucas
back.
goal. That's a Lucas
Yeah,
goal. No
yeah.
way that's a own goal. Ridiculous.
Yeah, there's no way.
But that's the Premier League for you.
So when I saw it on TV, even with the replays, they were doing it from the right side of the field, looking towards Lucas Moura and what's his name again? Target. Yeah, Matt Target. And so it looked like Target touched it first. But then when I saw it from the opposite perspective, it's obvious that Lucas got all of that. So
yeah, I mean, for me, what it looks like is I don't think that Target put enough foot on the ball in order for it to go in the goal. That cross that was coming across was at such pace that when he put his studs in like that, it may have deflected into the far post and maybe bounced back in if Moura was never there. But the way it went into the goal was because Lucas's foot was there. So yes, Target did get a bit of a ball, but I don't think it was enough because that cross from Son was pace. It was
that
hard.
Run,
it was a hard cross.
That run and cross from Sonny. I mean, this is why you and I listen.
Magnifico.
Everybody expected Will and I to fight tonight, but this is why Will and I always pick up Sonny, because that guy can play in any system. He is always given his 100%, and he's just fantastic. I mean, without this team, I kept telling people we cannot afford to lose Son. Son is more important. We've been saying it. Will, Son is more important than Harry Kane. I'm sorry.
100%.
We reach a Champions League final without Kane, while we had Son. We have yet to win a game since 2018. I think. Actually, no, we won one game against Villa without Son. I can't remember a game where we didn't have Son and we won a game. I just can't remember.
I think one thing that you saw today too, right from warm-ups, right from when the players were coming out of the tunnel, usually they leave the talisman to come out from the back, and that's the last player that the cameras are focusing on, and that's always been Harry Kane but today it was Heung-min Son, and I think he's really kind of taken two steps forward into the limelight in light of what's gone on here in the summer. Talk about two players who have completely taken two opposing trajectories. Kane has just kind of fallen out of favor with the fans so hard because of the way that he's behaved in the summer, and
the way he's playing.
There's just no way to try and force your way out of a club without hurting the fans. And you see it all the time on Twitter. People will respect Kane for being a Tottenham player still, but he'll never be. He's kind of lost his one of our own status almost amongst the fans, and
Absolutely.
Everyone is now just piling on and saying, and for good reason. I don't mean to say piling on in a bad way. Son is the man. He's the talisman. He is the face of the club now. He is the one that we think of when we see the crest. He is the one that we want representing us, and he's even the one stepping into a leadership role. He was the only guy at 3-1 last week at the Emirates who was still getting in guys' faces saying, come on, there's still something for us in this game if we focus here and get off our ass. And it's good to see. I'm glad that he re-signed with us. I think he's crazy for doing it, but I'm not gonna look gift horse in the mouth.
But I will say this though about Kane. I thought he had a pretty decent game today. It wasn't his best game, but I thought he was robbed of a couple assists. Gio should have buried that back heel, and I think he gave Son a ball. Sonny should have had a goal that night.
He could have had a couple, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he created some chances with Harry Kane. I'm not giving up on Harry Kane yet. The guy is still, for me, in my opinion, I was pissed off with him in the summer. I wanted him to just, be clear with the fans and, choose which trajectory he wanted to go. But listen, the guy's given me some of the 6 best seasons I've ever had at Spurs. So I'm still willing to give Harry Kane some time. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, you know what? I think a lot of what's going on with Kane right now, it's so easy. It plays so easily into the narrative that he's no longer committed to Spurs and he wants to leave. And Danny Kiriakou went on Tommy's channel today and talked about being at the game and seeing some of the things that the cameras might not pick up on, the body language, the behavior away from the play. I really don't want to buy into that, but there's something missing, and it's too bad because he's been on the wrong side of the inch on a 4 or 5 gilt-edged chances here in the last 2 games, and I still think that if he breaks the goose egg in the Premier League, that there's still something in this season for Kane and that he can still be an important member of this team. But think about last year where him and Son had this like absolutely telepathic, out of their mind chemistry relationship going under Jose Mourinho. The 5 goal contributions against Southampton, everything was just kind of rolling for Kane and Son, and they kind of look like they're not speaking the same language anymore. I feel like they're not looking for each other in the same
he's fallen
way.
off with the team? Do you think he's fallen off with the team a little bit? Where
I think he has.
Yeah,
I think he has. I think the way you saw the team come out against City without him, and then the pretty dramatic shift as soon as he came back in, hopefully that will fade. I think that plays into it. And then we had that injury bump, right? And hopefully they start to forgive each other and they mesh back together and gel and get a little bit more chemistry between each other. But I am glad to see that everybody here has finally come over to my position because, of course, I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice.
Oh my god.
But welcome to the Harry Kane is pulling an Ericsson train.
No, I'm not there yet.
I'm not. Listen, for me to turn on Harry Kane, it's going to take a lot more than just a few bad games. I'm one of those players that, I'm not player. I'm one of those fans that if you deserve backing and you have credit in the bank, I will give you credit. Like, listen, I was still backing Dele Alli for the longest time. It's just that, like, there's no more you can't back Dele Alli anymore. Yeah. It's just impossible. Yeah. But I was trying to back Dele Alli for what he did in the past seasons. But with me, Kane, even if he has a stinker of a season, I'm still willing to back him because
what if he goes the whole season with no goals?
No, he's not.
There's no way.
No,
he's still got England to play for.
I'm talking about in the league.
Form.
Yeah,
no, I know. That's what I mean.
Because he's already padding his stats against the farmers, right?
Yeah, but he's going to score a goal in the league. And listen, even if he only gets if he has his worst ever season and he only gets 8 league goals, right? I'll still back the guy because guess what? The guy is, he's been our top scorer for how many seasons?
But oh gosh, if he stays the whole season and only scores 8 goals,
you know what I think?
I'll still back him
right now. Drop 50%.
I would still back him.
Personally, what I see happening with Kane right now is, it's impossible, even as a professional athlete, not to be a little bit self-aware in terms of the criticism that's being leveled against you. And coming into the season, where there was always going to be those questions, the type of questions that have been asked on the various YouTube channels, I think he's just pressing. It's not that he's not trying. It's not that he's downing tools. It's that he's actually putting more pressure on himself to actually put the ball in the net. These gilt-edged chances, like the uncontested header against Arsenal, and there was another clear-cut chance that he kind of missed against Arsenal, and a couple times he was through today, and he's just on the wrong side of the inch, and I feel like he's just squeezing. He's just putting he's pressing a little bit. And once the first Premier League goal goes in, I think you'll see a weight come off of him a little bit, and hopefully that there's not too much of a row between him and the teammates, that the teammates can't help lift him up in this time where he's down a little bit, because God knows that he has lifted the team up on his shoulders often enough in the past that he's kind of earned the right to have a little bit of a bad spell. But yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, it just kind of all plays into the narrative that he wanted to leave, so now he's not effective, and I'm not buying it yet.
Yeah.
But
no,
speaking
Acting wise today, like link up wise today, he did all right.
yeah.
Off the ball, I think he did okay. He did decent today, although I can only see what the when he's on camera, I can't see when the camera pick goes off of him. But attacking wise, man,
Let me tell you this, though.
I kind
Let
of
me tell
agree
you
with
this.
Cody. I kind of agree with Cody where he says he was pressing it, especially when he was taking his shots, trying to take his chances. He definitely seemed like he was overthinking his shots, overthinking his finishes. He was hesitating. I definitely agree with Cody. He's pressing a little bit. As far as like his passing to other players and his assists that he should have had, I mean, I think he was playing really well. Off the ball, I'm not totally sure, because I still think he's dropping too deep. He's coming out deep down the wings to receive the ball, and it's just too much. Because we need his presence in the box, and there were a lot of times when Son and other players were in a great position to make a cross, and he wasn't there, and he was jogging back into the box. And I mean, he's our number 9. We need his presence in the box. So
Cody,
for me, I still believe he needs to stop coming so deep.
Bob has asked me to ask you this question several times. I have no idea what he's talking about. I haven't watched any videos today at all.
Okay, so when Bobby was on Tommy's stream earlier, and I said that I scared my in-laws I was commenting, and I said I scared my in-laws when Højbjerg scored because I was screaming and shouting, but it auto-corrected to screaming and shooting, and he's just taken that and run with that. And now he's saying I'm shooting all over my mom-in-law. And
What a player, though. What a player. Can we talk about that guy? A little bit?
Højbjerg?
Yeah.
I mean, what a player, man. Like, just one of the best signings we've made recently, in my opinion. He's fantastic.
And today, the formation and the tactics unlock that. Getting out of that stupid, useless 4-3-3, switching to, I still think we should play back 3, but the 4-2-3-1 is a formation that this team is familiar with. The players are familiar with. Pairing Skip and Højbjerg in the holding mid positions allows Højbjerg to get box to box, which is what he does for Denmark, which is what he did so well in the Euros this past summer. I mean, I think, yeah, it was excellent. The tactics unlocked the Højbjerg that we need, the Højbjerg that we want to see. I mean, he was great under Jose, but even then he was forced to play like more of a straight 6 holding defensive mid role. I think this is really his natural role as a midfielder. Somebody who can get box to box and also win the ball high up the pitch. And it's good to see him play it.
Scott M, how can you say Højbjerg is mediocre, man? The guy
Scott always loves to say that. Jump on here, Scotty.
Scott is on a blinder right now. He's on a bender. He's been on Twitter arguing with people about Emerson and his performance and calling the whole squad average. Scotty is
Hold on a second. Speaking of Emerson,
he's saying they were average today.
What do you thought about his performance, Will? What do you think of Emerson's performance today, Will?
I think it was an average performance. Like that was.
Dude! No, he was good today.
You guys have been ruined. Your expectations have been ruined by horrible players. That's what he should be doing week in, week out. It wasn't exceptional. He didn't score. He didn't get any assists.
No,
he played the way he should play.
He created some good chances.
Assist. If Kane was actually moving with intent, he would have got on the end of that cross.
That was a great cross.
He could have lunged for it, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Kane, but I think Emerson had a really good game today. I'm not
Very defensively
I'm
sound.
not going to base my opinion of him as a player off this one performance, but I give him
Absolutely
credit
not.
for what he did today. He was really good.
Yeah.
And yes, I agree with you, Will, to some
really good or
some
just
extent.
good?
No, he was really
really
good.
good for a
He was
Spurs
really good
right
today.
back. I agree.
Oh, come
I agree.
on
Yeah.
now. You
That-
guys have such short
listen,
memories, bro.
Well, that's what I'm
That-
saying. I agree with you, Will. I think we are a little bit biased in that our expectations, especially for our right backs, have diminished quite a lot over the last couple of years, because ever since we got rid of Kieran Trippier, who himself was inconsistent, though a really good player. Before then, I guess it would have been Kyle Walker. I mean, Kyle Walker was the last true, really
Well,
great
he isn't
right
a
back
Kyle
we
Walker
had.
yet. He's probably.
Yeah,
I mean, Kyle
no, and
Walker is
he's
like
not.
a one of a kind right back.
Yeah, and
You know
that's
what I
what I'm
mean?
saying. He's not, and I think I'm not going to base my opinion of him as a player off of one
Wait a
performance.
minute. Is
But
that
if
in
he-
relation to the
If
goal?
he continues to play this way, then he'll be a very solid option. And
Is this a
I'll
comment?
be happy
Is that a
with
comment on the goal that we conceded?
Could have been. Yeah.
No,
Okay,
that's not his fault.
That is
wasn't his
so.
fault.
That is so unfair.
No,
you
no,
know, Romero
and then Dyer.
misses the ball and makes that tackle, that cynical foul that ends up getting him a yellow, and then all of a sudden it's
Yeah.
Emerson with two players bearing down on him in a
he's
very dangerous
overlapped.
position. He has to cover both players as long as he can before he commits to the player who ends up making the cross. It's an impossible situation for a
I
defender.
blame Dyer more than I blame Emerson.
Yeah,
for that.
Absolutely. There's nothing Emerson can do but
Yeah.
force him wide and take away the direct scoring opportunity.
He did
of the shot.
exactly what you're taught to do in that situation. I mean,
Well, it's not exactly what you're taught to do. If, and this is only an if, and it's not the case, so I don't blame Emerson for it. But if we had better center backs, if Emerson wasn't out of position because he's made that silly slide, and Dyer was smarter,
You mean
right?
Romero?
Emerson could have put in a tackle on him, knowing or hoping that his guys were backing him up, right?
Yeah, but Dyer wasn't.
But
in the right
because the guys
position.
weren't backing him up,
Yeah.
right, staying on his feet was the right move. But a typical performance there, he should have been hearing from behind him, right, coverage, and then he goes in and makes.
But this is the thing
tackle.
about Dyer. When you
yeah,
put
but
him under
he's
pressure,
got Dyer
he doesn't.
behind him.
He doesn't
Right.
communicate.
That's why I said I'm being
And-
fair.
And I'm
Right,
not
I'm
gonna
being
lie.
fair.
Yeah.
I thought Romero had a great game today. Other than that mistake, and this is the thing, though, it clearly shows he does still need a partner. You know, people saying, "Oh, he made a mistake today. He made a mistake." Yes, he did make a mistake today, but every center back makes a mistake. But you need a partner. You know, Jan Vertonghen made a mistake, but he would have Toby to come in and clean it up for him, and vice versa. You know, a lot of times when Toby made a mistake, and that's why they were a great partnership.
I think it was a mistake not playing Roden today with Romero.
Yeah, I agree. And this is the thing I don't understand. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, you know, Rodon's young, you know, blah blah blah." Well, Romero's pretty young himself. I mean, he's more proven than Rodon. But you know, we started playing Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld as a pair when they were still pretty young for center backs. So like, why don't we start building a partnership between our new signing and a young kid who we picked up who's showing a lot of promise? I mean, he had his debut against a Chelsea team that went on to win the fucking European Championship last season. And, you know, he made a couple mistakes, but in general played really well. You know, and this is a kid from the
Well,
championship.
also the formation.
Give him a shot, you know?
Also, David and I were talking about this, but I think the formation, the 4-3-3 formation, wasn't doing any of our fullbacks any favor at all, because Emerson, you can see Emerson was going much, more forward today. He wasn't, completely spread apart. He wasn't being overlapped because why? We had both Skip and Højbjerg covering from them. And that's what we didn't have last time. Last time we had Højbjerg and Skip, but they're more advanced in midfield. And then you had Dele Alli, who, just kept losing the ball all the time. So we were constantly having to deal with counters. And it just completely screwed over both Reguilon and Emerson. And I think Reguilon also really didn't get any credit. I mean, how many nutmegs did that guy have? He was incredible dribbling today.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so,
yeah.
like,
He was great.
I'm not going to play the video because I don't want to get Will copyright.
It should be fine if it's just a clip when we're talking about it, right? It
Yeah,
be
see,
an issue.
I just wanted to show, like, this is what the position that Emerson
Just
ends
click
up
through
in.
it.
No, it's okay. I just want to show this freeze frame because this is Danny Ings bearing down on him one-on-one, and look at the space that Danny Ings has to go. As a defender, you have to force him into making the cross. You cannot concede Danny Ings the inside path to take a shot because it's an easy play for a striker of Danny Ings' quality. So the fact that Romero is able to force him down towards the byline and making a cross, there's no excuse for him not having the support of his teammates and Eric Dyer making the play to stop the cross from getting to Ollie Watkins. I don't blame Emerson at all for this goal.
No, you can't.
No, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't.
I actually thought he was less central. I thought they were over right on the edge of the box, but that's almost like that's such a dangerous position to be there.
It's
to be
Romero's,
to be isolated with Danny Ings, like
it's Romero's fault above everyone else. If you're gonna charge off your line and try and make that tackle, you better win the ball. And he didn't, and he got a yellow card. So it's his fault. Dyer also did a terrible job of covering the man coming in, Ollie Watkins coming into the box. Of course, because Ollie Watkins.
Well, he wasn't even looking. That happens all the time. He doesn't
never
pay
looks.
attention.
He never looks. He's always ball watching, and then he gets burned. And Ollie Watkins has now made a fool of Eric Dyer like 3 times. Has now scored 3 goals on Eric Dyer alone.
Spurs.
Yeah,
but I gotta say though,
well, he loves scoring
goal,
against Eric Dyer specifically, and just burning the shit out of him every time they play.
I gotta say though, that goal when they scored, I felt like it was like a gut punch because we really should have been up. I mean, I felt like it was a 2-1 win for Spurs tonight, but it should have been like 4 or 5 if we're being honest.
At least
well, I mean, Martinez is a beast, right? So
no, Martinez was superb today. He was a great.
He always
he's
is.
He's a great goalkeeper.
I'd like to have him if he wasn't so dang old.
We were wasteful.
He's
not that old. He's like 30.
You know what? That's old though.
That's not old for a goalkeeper though.
He's as old as he's the exact same age as Lloris or something like that.
No. Lloris is older.
If he's older, it's like
I don't want to take
older.
anything. I don't want to take anything away from Son because he had a fantastic game, but he did miss
29.
a few chances that you don't really expect Son to miss. There was that one whipping low cross that Kane whipped in right almost right in front of the goal, and Son
that was defended. That wasn't Son's fault.
Yeah, it was okay, but there were a couple of times that Son had chances and squandered them, and Dombele had a chance to come in completely alone, and his first touch was right into the path of the defenders. Kane had a one-on-one chance, and then even after Martinez made the save, he tried to dink it over him instead of squaring it. I really even when Villa equalized, a lot of times when Spurs are ahead and they concede a goal, today it just felt different the way that we were playing, that it wasn't the beginning of the end. It didn't feel like that. I didn't get that feeling like the sky was going to fall on us. And definitely doom. It was nice that we responded in kind so quickly, but Marcelo's right. That easily could have been 4-1. We have to start taking our chances a little bit with more aplomb.
I want hopefully Nuno can keep this up because he, in my opinion, I owe no apology to Nuno. He needs to prove himself to the fans now because in my opinion, any manager that comes in, he has to earn the respect from the fans. It's not given. And today it was progress. I want to see that against Newcastle. Newcastle's always a tricky game for us. I don't know why. We always struggle against Newcastle.
Hate Newcastle.
To be fair though, I mean Aston Villa, it hasn't been playing that well this season.
They have not. Since they lost Jack Grealish, they've really been.
They're coming off of the biggest win at Old Trafford of their season.
Yeah, but I'm talking about overall. In the 6 games, they haven't been. They've had a slow start. They've had a scrubby start.
How many games have they won? I think they've won 3, 1. No, they won
maybe 2 at the most.
Really? Aston Villa? No, they've won 3 games. Will Stewart.
Have they?
Yeah,
they have 10 points.
Yeah, there's no way. They beat Everton and they beat United, and then they beat Newcastle. So they're those aren't easy teams, But I'm more looking forward for that Newcastle and obviously the Man United game, because that's going to be a big game for us that we really need to win, in my opinion, because we need to beat a top flight opponent. You know, that's what this team is missing right now. We need to beat a top flight opponent because we got to finish at least.
We
in the
beat
top
City.
6. Yeah, but we got.
Yeah, they drew against Brentford. They lost 3-2 to Watford, which I don't know how you lose 3-2 to Watford. They beat Newcastle, which Newcastle's I think close to the bottom of the table. But you know who's looking?
I love for Newcastle to get relegated.
You know,
not that I hate Newcastle fans. Not that I hate Newcastle. They're actually nice. I met some Newcastle fans. They're actually some like not bad fans, but I just hate that. I hate playing against Newcastle.
Brentford, man.
Yeah.
Will wants to talk about Brentford.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
they were my favorite team in the championship when I watched the championship. So I didn't watch the championship unless it was Brentford. So I do have a piece of joy in my heart for them.
Yeah, I got a Brentford boner as well. Love it. Absolutely love it. Moneyball comes to the Premier League.
You say that, but I feel like if we played them next instead of Newcastle, we would lose that game. Honestly,
Brentford have lost one game.
Yeah, dude.
I think
Brentford's tough.
I think if we played them away, like first game back from the international break, yeah, I say we lose that game.
Scream! They beat West Ham, dude.
Brentford have
2-1, like convincingly too.
Brentford have 7 different players that have scored in the Premier League this year.
Yep.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Thomas Frank, he's an excellent manager.
We have 2.
He's an excellent, in my opinion, he's an excellent manager. He really gets the team to play his system and his style.
I'm kind of thinking about Thomas Frank for our next manager, if I'm being honest.
No, listen, if it doesn't work with Nuno, I already said it. Him, Bielsa, Gallardo.
We don't have our team is not as balanced as theirs, dude. Like their team, they don't have good players except for like Ivan Toney. But they are a well-oiled freaking machine, though, dude. Like each player is specifically designed. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, each player is specifically designed in order to, get results. Where our players are just like, throw shit up against the wall and see what sticks, right? So.
Well, it's because Thomas Frank, he has a system, and when you have a system and you're a master at it, and you get your players to play that system, you're gonna have more success than doing what Nuno did, where he's trying to force a system that doesn't work, or he's trying to force a system that he's not used to.
Brentford lost to Brighton.
Yeah,
1-0 in the second week.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely part of it. I think Thomas Frank is a good manager, but I think the huge thing for Brentford is their recruitment, which is analytics, data-based recruitment. That's how they build this team of very specialized players with specific skill sets that is so perfectly balanced. Like Will said, they don't have a lot of extremely good players, but they have players with tailored skill sets to fit.
Just look at their goals. Their goals are coming from all over the place.
Well, yeah, it's because they just have a fantastic. I'm telling you, he's a fantastic manager. If you take Thomas Frank out of that Brentford team, they get relegated. They get relegated. I'm telling you.
But if Brentford if Brentford just had any random championship players, they wouldn't be the team they are.
Yeah.
Even with Thomas Frank as manager.
That's because
he's not
exactly.
I mean, he's not that great of a manager. It's really
he is a great manager.
No, I think he's a good manager. I think he has something special at Brentford with what they've achieved.
The owners of the club, dude. That's what they do.
Yeah, how he feels supported by the organization, his relationship with the players. I think if you take him out of that element and then bring him into a place like Spurs, he'll have
success.
He'll look completely out of his depth.
He looks
he won't have the support. This is why Jose Mourinho failed here. This is why all these managers come from different setups, better
Jose
run
Mourinho,
clubs, and then they fail here because
Jose Mourinho. The reason why he failed is because he is used to being backed. Jose Mourinho, if you don't back him, he's not going to succeed. Thomas Frank doesn't need the same amount of transfer budget that Jose Mourinho needs.
No,
to
it's
have
not about the
success
money.
at
It's
Spurs.
It's not about the money.
That's
It's
the
about
thing.
the.
It's not. It's,
But this
it's
is
about
the
the
issue.
recruitment of specific players to fit his system,
Yeah,
which
but-
Tottenham does not do.
No.
recruit
How are we
random
not doing?
people.
Okay, what lineup did Nuno play for Wolves? What in the lineup did Nuno play for Wolves?
What do you mean, like what formation?
What lineup? What formation do you usually play for Wolves?
He usually played like a
3 at the back.
5-2-3, 3-4-3 type formation.
Okay, so you don't think Romero, Sanchez, Rodon, you don't think a lot of our fullbacks wouldn't benefit from that position?
I believe we do. I believe they
Okay,
would, but
so
he's not
obviously
playing that
no,
system,
so-
and why?
Oh, and
Because
whose
the-
fault is
the
that?
club
Whose fault
does-
is that?
It's the
That's not-
club's
no,
fault.
that's
It's
not-
Daniel
Levy's
Levy.
fault, man.
No,
And
it's not.
Daniel Levy,
The manager
yes.
picks the formations.
He
The
doesn't.
Manager, yes, he does. The coach at the end of
Not
the
at
day,
Spurs.
yes, they do. And the
He
coach
cannot
at the end
play
of the
a back.
day,
Listen,
no,
Marcelo,
no,
there
no,
were-
no, no, no,
there
no,
were-
no,
no, listen. There were articles
Pochettino.
about this. There were articles about this that said that the only reason Nuno was hired, the only reason Daniel Levy agreed to allow Paratici to hire
'Cause he agreed
Nuno
to
in the
not
first place
play 3 at the back.
is because he agreed to
It
not play 3 at the back.
doesn't
He
matter
showed
if
him
you win.
2014
It
Valencia
doesn't
team where they played
matter.
4 at
This
the
is
back.
Daniel Levy we're talking
It
about,
doesn't
Marcelo.
matter.
This
No,
isn't a
it
normal
doesn't
person.
matter.
It's not a
It
rational
doesn't
person.
matter
It
if
does matter.
it doesn't matter if you win. No, it doesn't. Because guess what? Pochettino didn't listen to Levy. Levy wanted
It's a
him to
different
play.
time, man.
No. It's not a different time. It's the
Nuno
same guy.
doesn't have
He's
the
been the same.
credit-
No. He's been the same guy for 20 years. He's the same fucking guy. Okay.
Exactly.
The thing
He's
with
also
Daniel
the
Levy
same guy
is
who sacked
you gotta prove
Mourinho
him-
at halftime. You don't think he won't
exactly.
sack
Sack
Nuno for
Pochettino
playing
after
3 at the back?
not
Champions
if
League
Nuno.
final.
First-
Listen, not
He'll
if
wait for
Nuno.
the first loss of us playing that formation, and then
No,
he'll sack him immediately.
Not
Yeah.
if Nuno.
guarantee
He
it.
didn't. No, he would. Not if Nuno is getting a consistent run of games that he is winning and he is proving Levy wrong. That's what you got to do with Levy. You got to prove him wrong. You'll try to bully you, but if you're a manager with real balls and you're a manager with real courage, and you prove him wrong,
Oh no,
Levy is just not going to sack you. He's not going to just sack you for that. He's not.
I agree with you on that. I mean I think that's what Nuno should do, regardless of Daniel Levy. But I'm just saying I don't think that you can put the blame on him completely for it because
Anyway.
I think he just wants to keep his job.
Listen,
and I
and
think
We
he's
are
making.
all hold on.
and I
We
agree with
are
you,
all
he's making the wrong choice, but like
speculating right now.
yeah,
you
you
know,
are
and that's cool.
speculating. And in my
Hold on,
opinion,
Marcel. But for Kyrian's defense, right? There is actual information that says that Daniel Levy has told Nuno he has to play forward the back.
Yeah.
There is no evidence to support your position, right?
I mean,
So
what
while
do
they
you
are
mean?
both speculations,
Well, not
How-
the thing is,
no,
not
no,
only-
how-
if I can chime in for a sec. Not
So managers
not-
can't choose their formation.
But the thing
Just-
is, think back to April when Jose was sacked, right? The rumors at the time were there was a meeting between him and Daniel Levy, and Mourinho wanted to rest players against Southampton before the Carabao Cup final, and Levy wanted Jose to
to play
play
certain
a strong
players,
team to try and keep pushing for top 4.
and he sacked him.
Jose said no because he wanted to go for the trophy. Levy sacked him. So he will actually sack the manager for
No,
these
but
types
that's
of
the thing
disagreements,
is with
right?
but the thing
Yeah,
is with
absolutely
no,
he
but
will.
the thing is with Jose Mourinho is it was already going way worse before that, and it was going way worse in the league. It was already sour. How 90% of the fans, you're leaving a lot of context there. 90% of the fan base wanted Jose out. It was already a toxic environment. We were already had a
I
horrific.
wouldn't say it was
record.
90.
No,
I wouldn't say
it
90,
was-
and I wouldn't
it
say
was-
I
it
wouldn't
was
say
a majority.
I wouldn't
It was
say
a
those
majority.
fans were saying that he should have been sacked before the cup final.
It was a majority.
No one
that-
was saying he was
there
supposed to be
a
sacked
lot- There
before
was
the
a
final.
lot of people that wanted him to out of that club. There was a
Not
lot
4
of
days
people,
before a final.
but there was a
But
lot
listen,
of
li-
people.
listen,
No.
though.
I listen to you.
Imagine this.
But the thing is,
Ima-
no. Hold on. You proved an evidence. Let me prove mine. This is not how it works. When Pochettino, he had the same talk with Levy. He said he wanted him to play a specific set of players and a specific set of style. Pochettino told him to fuck off. Levy said, "Okay, but you have to get top 5 or else you're sacked." Right?
Yeah.
Pochettino proved him wrong. He did that. And then when he kept proving Daniel Levy wrong, Daniel Levy gave him freedom. Right? So, in my opinion, I don't care what Daniel Levy tells you. You're a coach. You're gonna get fired. No. You're gonna get fired. You're gonna get fired regardless, right? If you lose a whole set of game, you're gonna get fired by Daniel Levy, right? But if you don't listen to Daniel Levy, there's a possibility you get fired as well, right?
You're gonna get fired. Yeah.
You're gonna get fired regardless. But your best chance is what Pochettino did, where you stick to your guns, you stick to your formations, and you prove Daniel Levy wrong. That's the evidence of we've seen our most successful manager at Tottenham Hotspur.
With that. I think that's
I agree
what
with the
should
principle.
Do. Yeah, that's what he should do. But I'm also not going to completely come down on him for not doing it. I mean, that's fair, and I see why. But like, I don't know. I just I in a way I kind of feel bad for him because he's in a shit situation. But I agree with you, Marcelo. What I want him to do is tell Daniel Levy to go fuck himself and play a back three. And then we'll win more games, because
I don't think
that's
so.
What
like, I think you have to understand here for Mr. Dave the Gun. He says, "I imagine the reality of these talks is far different to the speculation." I don't think that that's necessarily the case. I think that it's not accurate. It's not 100% the case, but I think that we can get close based on past trends, and it's called induction.
I mean.
Right?
Yeah, we know the guy's a meddler.
It's an inductive
We know
reason.
he loves to meddle in the footballing affairs, even though he doesn't know the first thing about
100%.
football tactics.
He doesn't. He loves to.
And we know that he's fired managers for less before. We've
Listen,
seen it happen. So, I mean, I don't think it's too much of a stretch to assume, really.
But the reason why I get infuriated with Levy is, and this is something you see a lot in South American managers specifically, is that we like to stick to our style. South American managers, South Americans in general, we like to stick to our style. And you see, like, with Pochettino, very stubborn, likes to stick with his football. You look at Simeone, very stubborn, likes to stick to his football. You look at Bielsa, stubborn, likes to stick to his football. In my opinion, as from coming from that culture, I would appreciate a manager more if he stuck with his football, regardless of what was going on outside, whatever, regardless of what the chairman is telling him, stuck to his football and attempt to show why his football is right, rather than saying, yes, Daddy Levy, I'm going to play this specific system and I'm going to lose a bunch of fucking games 3-0 or 3-1, and I'm going to get sacked anyways, right? So, like, I'd rather, you need to show your balls. You know what I mean? You need to show your courage.
Don't show them on camera.
There's a reason why Simeone, whenever they score a fucking goal, he grabs his balls because what I mean? Like, that's
yeah, but I don't think Nuno has that in the bank, and I think Spurs are at a different spot. Like, for instance, when Pochettino came in, we were a nobody team.
No,
right?
No, that's not true.
Yeah,
Redknapp got us to the Champions League.
We were trying to.
No, but we were trying to get back to the Champions League. We're trying to get back. No. But the thing is, we were a Europa League team. We were a Europa League team. We got to the Champions League. Levy wanted us to at least be in the Europa League or in the Champions League. That was his goal. And in his first season with Pochettino, the goal was to reach at least the Europa League. And Pochettino did it by playing his football.
Yeah, but there's no way.
He didn't play Levy's football.
I don't care who comes in. Conte couldn't get top 5 with the squad.
Right, but you have to take into context, like you talk about context, right? Think about the context as far as the circumstances under which Nuno has come into this club. So Levy comes out with the end of season chairman's statement in May, right after the Aston Villa game, saying, or right before it, saying, we will appoint a manager who will return us to our attacking roots and blah, 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 right? Then he goes out and hires a director of football who believes that the best path to winning trophies and winning league titles is playing a more pragmatic style, right? He has to kind of bridge the gap between Nuno and Levy just to get his foot in the door. So you have to think that there was probably some assurances being made to Daniel Levy that, like you were saying, here was his time at Valencia. He is capable of playing attacking football. You can make good on your promise that you made to the fans in the statement. And Levy is going to kind of force that issue. So he's come in under a very like specific set of circumstances. I don't think it's a matter of like, the thing is what you're talking about, Marcelo, you're talking about, okay, you've sat there in the interview with Paratici and Nuno and Levy, and Nuno is saying all the right things because he wants the job, and Paratici is saying all the right things. What you're talking about would be akin to just going back on your word immediately and just showing Levy your balls and saying, "Aha,
Isn't that-
I'm going to play
But
my
isn't that what
style,
Levy does?
not your
Isn't that-
style." Like
no,
this
no,
was
isn't
a,
that what
this
Levy
was a,
does?
this was a condition of his hiring, was
Yeah.
that he was going to fulfill this obligation that he made to Daniel Levy. Now, so far,
This is football.
it hasn't
There's
really
no such
it hasn't
thing.
really gone to plan, right? There's only so long that you can let the wheels wobble before you make that nuclear
I
option
think-
that you talk about.
So,
So
Marcel, I don't know if you watched the show earlier this week, but I said that after the 5-1 win, that you were going to see, now that we had lost 3 matches in a row playing Daniel Levy's style, that you're going to see Nuno be able to go to Levy and say, "See, I told you so." 'Cause
Well, I
even
sure
today
hope
after
so.
that first goal, even in the 3 games we obviously didn't score, so there's not much to celebrate. But Nuno has looked very disinterested himself, and today he was much more active on the sideline than he was before. It was almost as like some chains had been lifted off of his back, and he was free to do things the way he wanted to do them. I mean, just watch it. Watch his activity on the sideline today, even before before Højbjerg scores. You know, he's moving around on the sideline. He's out there. His arms are out. He's doing this. He's doing that. And then watch it back, even before the opposition scored when we lost 3-0 against, Arsenal or whatever. He's just standing there, kind of like, this ain't working. You know what I mean?
Oh, the chemist in the comments. Was that chain Deli? Oh, savage.
Could have been.
Savage. We looked
Could've
a
been.
lot better without Deli Alley today.
He
I just
can't
want to
come
say
in
that.
this team.
We
He
looked
can't
so
come in
much
this team.
better. No. Yeah,
He can't
it's
never
over.
come in this
The
team.
Deli Alley
At least-
project, the Deli Alley experiment, it's over. He needs.
I would
he
say
needs to
at
move on.
least in the Premier League. I still, if it's in the Conference League, if it's like group game, I throw him in there. I don't want him in any of the knockout
Yeah,
games.
sure.
That's for sure. None of the knockout games.
Yeah.
man, he couldn't even
But-
hack it against Mura.
Yeah.
He couldn't hack it. Let's face it.
What's going on with
know?
City right now? And do you think they come in first Kane in the winter window, losing to
Oh, they drew
All I know
Liverpool.
is we need a backup striker in January and a number 8. That's what we need.
they must have come back with a late goal. Yeah, they did. I stopped watching that around after Salah's goal.
That was a fantastic game. I think I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch. I saw the highlights, but yeah, what a second half. Liverpool went ahead, then City equalized, and Liverpool went back ahead, and then City equalized again. Back and forth.
Phil
Classic.
Foden, wasn't it?
Yeah,
De Bruyne.
with the last.
But the first
equalizer.
one was Foden. The second one was De Bruyne.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to watch the game.
I watched
Salah,
up until
Salah scored a brilliant goal today.
yeah, I
Oh,
watched
yeah.
up until and it was a great assist to Mane as well. To be fair. But yeah, I watched up until that point, and kind of saved my fantasy day. I didn't have a good. I mean, everybody's scores were low. I mean, Chelsea were a disappointment. United were a disappointment.
How about Brentford with the late winner against West Ham?
That was
Love it.
awesome.
I mean, to be fair, even though West Ham did have a majority of the possession, it wasn't a domination. It was
They
like
didn't
it was
create
like
any chances with
yeah, it was like
though.
56 to
Yeah.
42 or something like that. I can't remember.
Well, it's kind of like Chelsea where they have a lot of possessions, but they don't really create a lot. They're more just kind of like keeping the ball and just to keep it really.
Yeah.
I can't like Chelsea's a great team, don't get me wrong, but like I can't stand watching them play. They're so boring. They're such a boring team.
They are
I've
Yeah,
seen them
Hong would have
match-
been a good cheap backup for Kane. He scored two amazing goals today for Wolves. Put Newcastle under the
man.
knife.
Backup striker. I still would love Ivan Toney. I've always been in that Ivan Toney train with you.
I
Will.
have too.
I thought he was fantastic in that
It's the most
championship.
ridiculous thing we've ever had.
Yeah, him.
Just think what kind of a team we could be if we had a right winger that was even 2/3 of the quality of Son.
Oh, we would have been the top 10. I mean, we had one. We had Bale.
Yeah.
You know? And
But
you know,
he was like 90 years old though, right? And so even him scoring 12 goals, 11 goals in the
I would
league.
take a 90-year. Listen, how
Yeah.
many right wingers? Like, to be fair, like there's not a lot of right wingers that have a lot of quality. I mean, other than like world class. I mean, like other than Salah, like I can't think of another right winger that's really like world class. I don't know, Cody. You're kind of giving me that face.
I know Will's dying to say Leon Bailey.
No, he's not. Leon Bailey is a very
he's
good player, but he's not world class.
Yeah.
Far
Look,
better
I-
than Lucas Moura. that's for
I'm
sure.
gonna have to drop. I'm gonna have to drop off in a few minutes, but before I go, I wanted to ask you guys. Like we got the international break now. We got Newcastle coming up. Let's say, perfect scenario, we go into the Newcastle game with a full squad, healthy, available. What would you
Spurs.
would you make
He
any
scored like 14 goals in Bundesliga.
would you make
I don't
would you
think he
make any
knows shot.
changes to the lineup today if we had a full squad available?
Maybe take out Dyer.
Yeah, I wrote on for Dyer.
Honestly, I wasn't too impressed with the Ndombele. Like,
See,
I'd
I
rather
would,
see
I thought-
Lucas.
I thought we looked much
If
better
Stevie B-
attacking when Lo Celso came on for
If-
Ndombele's
If
position.
Stevie B comes is good after the international break, I would have Stevie B play on the right and have Lucas playing that 10 role.
That's
in that
what I would do.
4-2-3-1.
That's what I would
Yeah.
do as well. Yeah. Look
And
at that. We
Rodin
agreed on
instead
something.
of
I
Dyer.
thought
Yeah.
Lo Celso looked I thought Lo Celso looked very good when he came on.
I thought Lo
Really?
Celso looked good too, and I'm saying like
Oh.
if he just gets a consistent run of games in the league
And
and
the
stays
number
healthy,
10 position.
he will produce in the
Yeah.
number 10. That's where he
In the
belongs.
number 10 position.
Yeah.
That's where he played in Real Betis. That's where his main preferred. And he looked good tonight. He
What was he
created
doing on that one play when Kane had the back heel, though? He passed it right into the
He
middle of
shoulda-
the Aston
he shoulda
Villa
scored.
defense.
No,
yeah,
he
he should
shoulda
have scored.
scored.
He
shoulda
he
scored.
completely shanked it.
But the thing is, Cody, when he came on, how many we looked so much better attacking compared to when Ndombele was. You know, Ndombele, his first touches were horrendous, and it's
Yeah,
like he lost the ball quite a lot. He was the most dispossessed player.
He
When
had
Lo
a
Celso
very
came in.
he had a very backwards kind of day where like it looked like he was working a little bit harder than usual, but he didn't have the technical ability today. His first touch was terrible. You know, he could have easily been in on goal on that one play and just he wasn't sharp. So I don't know what the hell are we gonna do with Ndombele, man.
I mean, other than that one fantastic play he had where he just skid like three Villa defenders and nearly scored a goal. He didn't really do much offensive wise for us. Lo Celso 100% created more chances than him that whole game, in my opinion. And he only had a cameo. So, in my opinion, I think we need to play Lo Celso in that number 10, not Lucas. Because the thing is with Lucas, and I love my Brazilian brethren, but whenever it comes to the final third, he is a headless chicken sometimes. I mean, he will work his socks off, and he will always give you 100%. And that's why I do appreciate him.
The thing is, though, like last March when Jose put him at the number 10, he had probably the best month he's had since we were in the Champions League. You know, it was the best he's looked in years. And then, you know, we sacked Jose. Ryan Mason came in. Lucas got dropped. That's still an enigma to me, you know. And Ndombele got dropped. Lucas got dropped. And then we really haven't seen Lucas in that central role since then. So I'm just wondering what would happen if we kind of plug that. If we're going to go back to a 4-2-3-1, why not go back to what was working in terms of Lucas playing in that central position? I wouldn't mind seeing Lo Celso there either.
I'm not sure that works without a scoring threat like Bale playing on the right. I think that's part of the problem. I think if you're going to play Lucas in the number 10 role, you can't have Son on the left, Kane in front of him, and Bergwijn on the right. That just seems unbalanced to me. I don't know if and also then you're relying on complete pace in the counterattack to score, because Lucas isn't going to like string a bunch of passes together and like, you know, create a gradual attacking movement. He's not going to do that. He gets the ball deep and he runs forward with it, and then he'll dish it off or he'll take a shot. I mean, he dribbles, and that's what he does. He's not really a traditional number 10. Like I think Lo Celso is closer to that, and that's what he played like at Betis. So I think he should be given a chance.
Okay, hold on. Well, I got to clear something up in the comments because Dr. Tarp says Pong didn't score a single goal in the Bundesliga. Right in here, he doesn't mention which Bundesliga. He says, and then he says, I said he did score in the Bundesliga, and he said no, the German Bundesliga, not the Austrian Bundesliga. He played 24 minutes in the German Bundesliga, and you expect he didn't score a goal in the Bundesliga. Well, yeah, he played 24 freaking minutes the entire time he played in the German Bundesliga.
Well, I mean,
who scores goals in 24 minutes?
Yeah, but the thing is, I think he just meant that he didn't score in the Bundesliga. So, I mean,
but the Austrian league is also called the Bundesliga.
I agree. No, listen, I agree with you, Will. I think it's ridiculous to expect someone to score a goal in only 24 minutes. But technically, factually, he is right.
Yes, but he didn't specify in his first comment that I responded to the Bundesliga, right? Because in the Austrian Bundesliga, he scored 11 goals and 13 assists, right? In his last season with the, he didn't play in the German Bundesliga.
I think he was just trying. I think he's just trying to wind you up, Will.
24 minutes.
He said Premier League tax. Come on now. It's the hardest league in the world. Yeah, there's no such thing as a Prem tax. It's the hardest league in the world.
And he's already scored 3 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's looking like a talent.
He's played more than 24 minutes. So what are you trying to say? Like I don't get what the point is trying to be made.
Played 460 minutes for Leipzig in the Bundesliga last season. Scored 0 goals, had 1 assist.
Last season.
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah, last season.
Averaging 25 minutes a game.
Well, you said he only played 24 minutes.
This season.
In the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Well,
25 minutes. Okay, so 1920 he played 18 matches. So out of 38 matches he played 18. He started only 3 of those and only averaged 25 minutes per game. Right.
Wow, the chat's really really going at Will today. Come on, guys, we won a game of football.
Let's put it this way: Vinicius had more Premier League minutes.
That's crazy.
He didn't.
Honestly,
he did.
I'm kind of regretting that we let Vinicius go. He wasn't that bad, He wasn't that bad, He could have been useful for these conference league
it was 25 minutes per game, 460 minutes
averaging.
total.
Out of the 18 games that he played, he averaged 25 minutes per game.
Yeah. Vinicius didn't play 25 minutes on average.
No, Vinicius barely played.
He barely played in the Prem. He started against Aston Villa.
He played a whole game.
And he actually scored a goal. He actually scored a goal the only game he did
play a whole game against,
Yeah, I thought he broke his hand when he punched the goalpost.
I don't know how he didn't.
What do you guys think about... What do you guys think about trying to get Felipe Coutinho on loan from Barcelona in January?
Played 9 games in the Premier League and averaged 34 minutes per those games.
No.
Felipe Coutinho,
I've been hearing that around lately.
Player. He's a washed player. There's a reason why he went from starting at the national team to not even be able to start a national team. He's just dropped. He's gone. Washed. Gone. Next. Yeah. Although, to be fair, he would still be our most
Pong had 100 more minutes than Vinicius.
But he isn't the answer. We need someone with flair.
I've got Vinicius with 308 minutes in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And 460 minutes for Hwang
160 minutes, so 2 match difference. And he played twice as many games.
Still going. We get it.
You see the difference there?
Well, look, these guys said that he couldn't score in the Bundesliga. You came back and said that he only played 24 minutes. He played 460 minutes. He didn't score any goals.
He's already scored 3 goals in the Premier League, though. So what does that mean?
Yep. it's great.
Tougher tougher league than the Bundesliga.
Well, I don't know what they were trying to say in the comments. I'm not on anybody's side in the debate. I'm just saying.
So what are you guys trying to say in the comments?
All right, guys. I'm gonna have to peace out.
But you said Bundesliga. I didn't know what Bundesliga you were talking about.
Ooh, what
You
happened?
have to be specific.
Will is Will, let it go. Let it
Well,
go, Will.
which Bundesliga do you think of when I say Bundesliga?
The Bundesligas?
No, let's-
Obviously,
like, if I-
obviously the Turkish Bundesliga. Cody, God,
I don't even think the Turkish league is called the Bundesliga, is it?
you don't think about the
It's-
Turkish. You don't watch a
it's
Turkish
not.
Bundesliga. Come
I didn't
on,
think it.
man.
I thought it was like something like Superiora or some weird crap like that.
Oh no, it's like I think it's like Super
I think
League.
it's
I don't know.
just
I don't
the
watch
Superliga.
Yeah.
I think it's just the Superliga.
Is that the
Yeah.
one with
Anyway.
the Salzburg, Red Bull Salzburg?
Yeah,
The Austrian
Salzburg was
Bundesliga.
Austrian
Yeah.
Bundesliga, yeah. That's why Austria, Germany, same difference. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato.
Yeah, it's a fatherland.
Yeah, they produce good players. at that
Both speak
Salzburg. I
German.
wouldn't mind.
Yeah, except they all end up going to
Kamsahamnida.
RB Leipzig, and then they
Yeah.
all end up going to Bayern Munich. So
Man, I'm so hurt that we didn't get the Shazbashly, man. I was
So
really
Goguma says,
hoping
"Happy
that-
birthday, Will. Hangsang Gongang Hashigo." She says, "I hope you're always healthy. Hope you had a good day." And Katuk. I don't know what Katuk means anymore. I can't remember. You have to remind me what Katuk means. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it.
it means get your Bundesligas right.
Right, but I mean, coming on for like, if you actually look at the matches too, which I'm looking at now that he played in, he most of those 18 he played like 10 minutes.
Listen, he's playing well. Who cares? Who cares how he
Yeah.
how he played before? You know, Harry Kane used to be shit. Look at him now. You know, like players improve. Players go through bad patches. You know, Son wasn't that. I mean, Son was a good footballer, but he wasn't. You know, the Sonny we know now. You know, even in Leverkusen, he was pretty good, but like now he's just world class. Players improve. Players grow. Players can progress. And then sometimes they hit heights way too young, and then they fucking, decline, like Dele Alli and, what's the other fella? Lingard. Yeah, sometimes they just peak a little early and they decline. It happens. Football is a weird game. And then sometimes they're built like Zlatan, who just never ages, apparently.
I mean, Son had 22 goals in the Bundesliga or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the thing is, he was good, but he's not the guy he is now. I mean, now
No.
he's just a way better player.
Should have had some goals today.
Like Sonny was always like, I mean, his
He
pace was
walks
always
into any
gonna-
squad in the world, like
Yeah,
any squad in
But-
the world. I mean,
but
like
before
I think the only team that probably wouldn't want him given the chance is maybe PSG, just because who they have there.
yeah.
But like anywhere else, he walks into the squad.
Oh,
That's how
100%.
My
good
point
he
is, you keep saying we should have gone for him, but he never scored in Bundesliga. There was no reason to go for him. He's better than Dane Scarlett.
I will say this, who's also been pretty good, Nkunku. That guy's been on hot fire.
Yeah.
recently.
Oh, the guy we let go?
No.
Not Nkudu, but
He's Nkunku. He's
who's Nkuku?
he plays for RB Leipzig. Man, I would take that guy 100%.
I think he's got 4 or 5 goals already in the Champions League this
He's
year.
been on fucking fire, man. He's been. I mean, I've been watching him in the Bundesliga. He's been tearing it up, and he's only 23 years old. That kid is gonna be like, oh my.
Wouldn't that
goodness.
just be like Kunku?
Nkunku?
But do
I
they
don't
pronounce the N? You probably don't pronounce the N.
Nkunku. I mean, like, come on now. Like, I don't know.
Nkunku.
Nkunku.
It sounds like it's like.
And he can play on the right too. He can play center and he can play right. Mainly attacking midfield though, but he'll be a fantastic
Look.
addition.
Let's look at the world's top right wingers right now.
Okay, I
You need
gotta
a right
go.
winger.
Yeah,
Time for bed.
Bye, Cody.
yeah, I also have to go.
I do want to just say, I thought Emerson was better than average today. He was better than average,
Yes.
and especially
What does better than average mean?
If you're in the mindset that Emerson is a shit player, which I am not personally, but if you are, then a better than average performance is an Emerson masterclass.
What is
Good night, everybody.
yeah, Kunku? What does
All right,
average even
yeah.
mean?
I'll see you guys. Good
See
to
you
talk
later.
to you as always. Come on, you Spurs. 3 points, baby. Let's
Good night.
go.
Good night.
Night. I mean, realistically, though, Will, I mean, we obviously need a right winger. Who would
Yeah.
you say realistically?
I don't know. I'm trying
We
to pull
could
it up
get-
here.
Because I mean, we were in for Zaniolo. I think we did a bid for like 50 million for him, didn't we? Like it was an official bid, actually. He plays on the right. I mean, I think you would be a great addition. I mean, Lozano would never come. I was on the boat with you where I thought we should have went for Pulisic.
Yeah, he
And
plays more on the left, though. I mean, he can play on the right because he's right-footed, but
he's better than what we have, man. He's better than what we have. I mean, other than really like Chiesa, Messi, and Salah, and I mean, I guess you can say Gnabry,
yeah,
Like,
Gnabry's
the-
pretty good.
but like other than that, like you see really like Mason Greenwood is number 5 for the most like,
Yeah, Greenwood, Torres,
and he's not even close to being
Pulisic.
world class. Not even close to being world class.
Usman
yet.
Dembele. He's got too much of a problem. Ramirez.
Too many injuries. I would never go for him. Too many injuries. He would never cut it in the Premier League.
I mean, you've got Kulusevski.
I mean, we should have went for Buendia. That's for sure. He's actually pretty good, in my opinion.
Zaniolo is not bad. I
mean,
think we were
everybody-
linked with Carrera for a while, but that didn't work out.
No. I mean, Carrera also tends to play a little bit like he wouldn't suit our system. I don't think so. But I mean, I was telling people we should have went for Rafinha, but everybody was saying I just said that because I'm
No,
Brazilian.
Rafinha would be a good good take. I'd take Rafinha.
Yeah, I think Rafinha would have been a fantastic addition to the team, but
I don't think Leeds would sell him. Like they don't really have any other.
No.
It's like him and
not
What's the
unless we
striker's
offer
name
big
again?
money. Bamford.
Bamford. Yeah, like those are the only two people that actually even score for them. So
And not unless we. I mean, who's coming up that I think will be a talented right winger is Anthony, that kid from Brazil. The only thing is that kind of worries me is you need to work on his finishing. But I mean, he can pass from anywhere. He's such a creative player, man.
yeah, I mean, boy, did Arsenal get pulled through the stringer on Nicolas Pepe though?
Yeah, no. Nicolas Pepe is. I mean,
Horrible.
what a
He
flop.
played
that
so
guy was.
well though, in France. But it's why, like, look, anybody who's in the French league, I'm not looking forward. I'm not pulling them at all, dude. I'm so beyond Liga. It's not even funny, man.
I don't want. I mean, listen. I watch the Premier League. Obviously, I watch the Bundesliga a lot. I love the Bundesliga. I also occasionally will watch La Liga if it's a big game. I will occasionally watch Serie A if it's a big game. And I'll even watch I actually love watching Eredivisie whenever I have time. Like I'll watch Ajax, I'll watch Feyenoord, wherever you say it, or I also watch PSV. I think they have some really good players there. And obviously I watch the Brazil League. But I gotta say, the League One is by far the worst league I've ever watched in my life. And I watched the Championship as well. I love watching the Championship. But man, and for Shemu, he's asking me about Neres from Ajax. Listen, Neres just
He's not getting enough playing time.
No, Neres, I'm telling you,
Most
that guy
Brazilian players come through Liga. That tends to be the case.
yeah. No. Listen, I'm not saying.
Why is that? Why do most Brazilians go to League On? Why don't they go through like?
I don't know. It's just. I mean, there was at one point where a lot of Brazilians came from Serie A. You know, it just really depends. I mean,
it's like whatever league is pulling people out of Brazil at the time.
I mean, I guess whatever is paying more. You know,
seems like most Brazilians come out of. It's kind of like Africans and Brazilians tend to come out of
League One. Yeah.
League One.
Well, they have great academies. I mean, in France, one thing you can't deny is they have some of the best academies in the world. It's the best place to go and develop your game.
I don't like players that come out of the French league. I just don't.
Well, it's also every time
it's not everyone. Obviously, there are some good players in the French league. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying in general. Right?
No, yeah, but like also, I'm with you in there because every time a player does come from the French league, it looks like they need a year or two,
a year and a half or two.
Yeah,
it's like
to adapt to the league because they're just not used to.
They've always got attitude problems and causing hoo-ha and the thing, and like even Lucas Moura took a year and a half to bet in before he started actually contributing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and even then, he's kind of he hasn't really gone like at least in the third end, he hasn't really gotten that many goals like he used to get in League One.
Brazilians go to Portugal first.
Yeah, we also have a lot of Brazilians that go to Portugal, but usually
they speak Portuguese, but it's usually the lower level ones that go to Portugal, though. Isn't
it? The lower level ones. If you don't really make it into the big European leagues, they usually go to Portugal or they go to I think it was a Shakhtar or Galatasaray. Usually one of those teams they go to as well, but and they also go to a lot of Chinese leagues. But it's just unfortunate though, because I used to miss the days when the Brazil.
There's a lot of them in Liga MX too, isn't there? Or is that mostly Argentinians?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think that's Argentinians.
Yeah, maybe Uruguayans and Argentinians.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of finding the right winger, I really do think it's going to be a difficult one because
we need one really bad though, really bad.
Well, I mean, I think
we got to go in. We got to go in for like one of, either Juventus's or City's. They're fat on right wingers.
Yeah, but like, would they sell?
Well, it's like if we could get Torres in a Kane deal this winter or something like that, like 100 mil plus Torres, I'd do that. Wouldn't you do that?
For who?
Torres, Ferdinand Torres.
I don't think they would sell him. From City?
Yeah.
Ferdinand Torres from they're not.
Ferdinand Torres. Yeah, Ferdinand Torres. He's only worth 45 million.
Said it's less than
100 million pound.
City want Foden, Torres. Those are our part.
Mahrez plays far more than Torres does, though.
Yeah, but the thing is, Torres and Foden and all these players are part of the future for City, and City just isn't one of those clubs that are willing to sell their future unless
they just go buy him back.
Yeah,
sell him and then buy him back in 4 years. You know what I mean? There's no problem there for them.
I mean,
they get Harry Kane for the immediate, right? What kind of weird music is that?
But that doesn't seem like what music.
Sorry, whenever I pull up stats, the website pulls up some kind of weird thing. It just automatically jumps me.
But the issue
is some video at the bottom of the page.
City just doesn't seem like a team that just invests for the here and now. That's more like Man United, if you really look at it.
Really?
Look at Man United's squad, man. Man United's squad is old. They got Cavani. They got
think about it, though.
Ronaldo.
The dude's he's only making the starting 11 50% of the time if this year. Right, and he's getting this Champions League.
Also, you gotta you're also expecting Ferran Torres to even want to come to Tottenham. That's also another difficult
to get more
part.
Playing time. He'd start week in, week out.
He wouldn't come to us. He'd rather stay at City and take his chances. Why? Because he's
young.
He's gonna try.
He's in that crew with Brian Hill and Sergio Reguilon. They're all Spain internationals.
But exactly, he's young, so he knows he's got time to prove himself to Pep. Listen.
I don't think Pep's going to be there for much longer, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but he's got time to prove himself at Manchester City. Listen, take the Tottenham bias away, right? I'm a player. I'm at City. I'm 20 years old. You know what I mean? Or 19, however old he is, right?
21, I think.
Okay, and I'm getting a couple game time. I'm getting a couple goals. You know, I still get to, you know, wear the Premier League medal. You know, I get to say, oh, I won the Premier League and all that stuff, right? I contribute to that. And I got all the time in the world to prove myself at that club. Would I take that risk and join Tottenham and possibly just decline and not win any trophies? I personally, as a play, like taking the Tottenham bias away, I would choose to stay at City and attempt to prove myself. If I'm 25 and I'm not getting game time, then I would look at another club.
Yeah, but he's already won like the Caribou Cup and the English Cup, right? Like at 21 years old, he's already got those medals, right? He's not getting a lot of game time. Like even like last season, minute wise, let's see, 1,300 minutes. I mean, he's getting decent amount of time, but he played in 24 matches, and so 24 divided by 1,300.
They're not gonna. They wouldn't sell us to him, man. Like he's part of their future. Ferran Torres, 100%. When he's 24, he's gonna, or 23, he's gonna be playing regularly for Manchester City. 100%, in my opinion.
Dude, he's like averaging like 54 minutes a game. That's
yeah, but
decent.
because I mean, that's because you know he got Mahrez there. Mahrez is what? How old is Mahrez?
30.
Yeah, so he's not getting any younger himself. So in 2 years, I guarantee you, Torres, if he just keeps it up. You know, keeps up this level that he's at and keeps getting better, he's going to take Mahrez' spot 100%. And guess what? You're 23 years old.
The problem is Foden's going over there on that right side a lot too, right? Because they got Sterling as well.
No, but Foden, he's probably going to play more central or on the left. I think that's going to be his position. I think it's going to be central. Honestly, if I'm Grealish, I'm actually wondering, you know.
And now Grealish as well.
Yeah.
Grealish just started week in, week out this year, man.
Yeah, he is. He's going to start week in.
Sterling's the one that's not getting time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Sterling is one that, you know, I could see maybe coming, but I doubt it. I doubt we even go for him. We don't even need him, really. We got Sonny.
But I take what about Torres and 75 million for Kane?
I don't think they would sell Torres. Like I said, I think Foden and Torres is part of their plan. But I mean, 75 million
back though.
Yeah, 75 million for Kane. Honestly, if you want to hear my opinion, if we're gonna do any deal with City, I would take a Harry Kane, cash plus Laporte any day. Harry Kane, cash plus Laporte. I think Laporte is one of the
Laporte's been playing a lot. John Stones is the one who's not playing this year for City again for some reason.
Yeah, but we don't need John Stones. We need a left-footed center back. I think you put Cutie Romero with a left-footed center back, you know, who's class. We got a great partnership there because, you know, like I said today, you know, yeah, Romero made a mistake, but Romero had a great game. You know, his passing was brilliant. Most of his tackles were brilliant. He was, you know, always fighting for the ball. And at one part of the game, you're going to make a mistake. You know, one part of the game, it's impossible to play 90 minutes of football without making at least one single mistake, especially if you're a defender, right? So you need other defenders, you need other defenders to cover you for you, you know? Not everybody's going to be like a Virgil van Dijk where, you know, they can play just perfect 90 minutes of football.
Silva's a little bit more of a midfielder. I mean, he can play right wing if he needs
Silva's
to.
class mode. Did you see his game again? I saw some of the highlights.
He's more of a midfielder, though.
I would take him.
If we're playing in a 4-2-3-1 or something like that, yeah.
Well, that's the system we played. Well,
I hate that formation, dude. 4-2-3-1 is so freaking boring.
Yeah, but it's way better than playing 4-3-3 and getting smashed.
Well, it's because we suck.
Yeah,
can't play. But you're never in a 4-2-3-1. You're never going to batter teams week in, week out 5-0. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
you don't have enough men forward to do it. Having you know 4 people on the back line.
I think I'm a Karen. I think we need to play a 3-4-3 system. I think that would be the
3-4-3, 3-5-2. 3-5-2 is a little bit more attacking than a 3-4-3. 3-4-3 is just kind of like a little bit of, because then you're basically having 2 holding mids there in front of 3. 3-4-3 is what you'd play when you have, you know, more defensive, you know, players and stuff like that. But when you're playing with 2 holding mids that are just sitting in front of 2 center backs, it's basically you're having 4 center backs, right? So I mean, it's
But let's also talk about creativity, man, because we are lacking since Christian Eriksen left. We are lacking some creativity. Like, I mean, this January transfer window, we got to at least get 2 players in. And in my opinion, we need to get a backup striker because we need someone to start threatening Harry Kane's position. I mean, as much as I love Harry Kane, if you're in his shoes and, the club has been screwing you, well, not the club, but, the board who owns the club, I guess, has been screwing you and not letting you leave and do all these things, and then you have these lower performance. People say take him off, but who the hell replaces him?
Yeah, and it's just too bad, man. It's too bad people are so short-sighted and they don't have enough, guts to go in on take risks on people. Because I mean, like Ivan Toney's a guy that we could have picked up, 12 million before last season, right?
And you and I were screaming for him.
You go in the January transfer window last season and pick up Ivan Toney from them. You could have picked him up for 10, 12 million, no problem. They would have jumped on it. And now he's going to cost 50.
I was a big fan of Ivan Toney. I was a big fan of Ollie Watkins. And you know what? I know he's not doing too well in Southampton, but I was also a big fan of Armstrong. I thought he could be a backup striker. Not a starting striker, but I thought he could be a backup striker. And I was a fan of all those guys. And I think, like, as a striker, I would have liked someone that has experience in the Premier League, because you see a lot of strikers like Timo Werner. I said it as soon as he came to the Premier League. I said it. He's not gonna do what he did in the Bundesliga. He's just not. He's not gonna have the time and space. Timo Werner.
Oh yeah.
Well,
he was never even that good in the Bundesliga anyway. I mean, he scored a lot of goals, but I mean, I'm talking about like it was all like the team that he played for. It was just all kind of garbage goals. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
Well, the thing is in the Bundesliga is that they just like, I love the Bundesliga because the way they play, it's all attacking, open end football. That's just their style.
I was shocked though, because normally from the Bundesliga, players tend to bet into the Premier League a lot quicker than the other ones. It seems. I was surprised.
Certain attacking players, but what I'm saying is, well, I think a lot of strikers. I would rather have a striker from the Championship who has English, style experience, English football experience, rather than, like, I can't remember many Bundesliga strikers coming into the Premier League and having a load of success. I can't remember. Because, like, in the Premier League, being a striker, you just have so little room. I mean, if you look at Kane, it's just, when Kane was in his prime, or, at his peak, he's just, he could just find spaces that, and you have to find those spaces because it's not given to you.
Don't watch Serie A or Bundesliga. I don't watch them regularly. Yeah, but I watch.
I disagree, sports analytics. I think the Bundesliga, if you want attacking players, creative players, number 8s, I think it's one of the best league in the world. I think midfielders, I think a lot. Yeah, wingers, midfielders, I think is one of the best leagues in the world. I'm a big fan of Florian Nehus, the kid from Gladbach. I can't pronounce the whole club's name, but it's he's from
Mutant Gladbach.
Yep, Mutant Gladbach.
Shamu, I know what I'm talking about.
But I think he's a class player. I think Zakaria from that team as well is also class. I mean, I think that, what was it? I think is he Japanese? That fellow from Frankfurt. I know he's Asian, but he's also another very skilled player. He's a central midfielder for Frankfurt.
Oh,
he's a very skilled. Is he Korean?
Lee or something like that?
No, I thought he was Japanese.
What's the name?
No, he's not from Frankfurt. Is he from Frankfurt? Oh, Kamada, that's his name. Yeah, he's from Frankfurt. Yeah, he's a class player, man.
Kamara. I thought you were talking about Kamada, the guy that the short, small guy who plays for who used to play for Barcelona.
Yeah, no. He's a player that I kind of liked, and we were linked to him, and I was surprised we didn't. He's not that expensive, man. I mean, I think last season,
Glenn Kamara.
His name is Diachi Kamada.
Diachi Kamada.
I think last season he had some 15 assists or something like that. The guy
doesn't pop up.
Here,
Unless what's his name spelled his last name wrong.
here. I'll share the screen with you. Just
Yachi.
Diachi Kamada. I think he's a very good player. Here, let me show you some of his stats last season. He's not having the best season this season, but Frankfurt doesn't seem to be having the greatest of seasons, if I'm being honest.
Try Frankfurt. Pull him up this way.
Yeah, but here's his stats last season. I mean, the guy scored 5 goals and 15, but he got 15 assists. You know, I think, and I mean, it's like, I think, you know, he's also like a machine.
Oh, Kamada. Kamada. Yeah.
Kamada.
Kamada.
I think he's
Kamara. Thank you, Brian C.
I think he could be like an Eriksson type replacement, in my opinion, in the midfield. But
25, 180 centimeters. Record attacking mid right wing.
I really wanted us to get Zaniolo, though. But unfortunately, he's very injury prone. Very injury prone. But just not. The thing is, there's not a lot of players, man. I feel like we missed out on so many players that could have come in and improved the Spurs squad. It's very upsetting.
5 goals, 12 assists last year in the league. Kind of seems like just kind of had a blazing season. I mean, for his age, like in his first season of Bundesliga, nothing. He only played 3 matches though. But 19-20, 2 goals, 4 assists, 28 games played. Last year he had a pretty good season assist wise, and then this season, seems kind of like he had a hot season last year.
Well, no, 19 and 20, he had 10 goals and 9 assists.
Yeah, but not in the league, right?
Oh, but I mean, come on, he was playing. He 10. Listen, we could use any player that could score 10 goals overall right now. You know, like the issue.
Yeah.
I mean, like, listen, I'm telling you, everybody is underestimating this conference league, right? Everybody is underestimating, all these teams. We did the same thing in Europa League. But as soon as we face a team with somewhat quality and we don't have Harry Kane and Son, we are fucked. We are screwed. You know what I mean? Like, we need players, like you said, Will, like Chelsea, that it doesn't matter how many goals they score, they at least contribute, 5 goals, 3 goals. If we can have a team that contributes some goals, it just adds up. It just adds up.
I just don't think that Chelsea, like right now, Christian's not playing either, dude. And he's.
Would you take Christian Pulisic
over what we got? Yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
He's a bit injury prone too, though, since coming to the league.
I thought he'd come though. I thought he'd leave a Europa League.
He can play in the
Champions
attacking midfield. Well, I mean, he's not getting time, right?
You know what? You know what I love about this? I love how we're talking about all of these players that would improve Spurs and would be great, but we're probably gonna end up with some guy from some league for 3 million euros that we never heard of. We always do this as Spurs fans. We're like, ooh, we should get Leon Bailey. Ooh, we should get Ivan Toney, and then we just end up with Pepe.
I mean, why is it though that we have like 4 left wingers and 1 right winger who's not even really our right winger?
I don't even know. I don't know. It's because it's just so.
Because even Lucas Moura, when he played at PSG, was in and out of the right side in the middle, the right side, the middle, right side, the middle. You know what I mean? It's not like he was a consistent. Because they had Di Maria and other things during the.
You know who I'm surprised we didn't get that was in the market and not even that expensive was Matheus Pereira. I don't get why we didn't go for him. He plays on the right.
Like cheap, yeah.
Yeah, he was cheap. West Brom didn't have any money. They just got relegated. We were in prime. If we went, listen, I guarantee you, if we went up to West Brom and we said, listen, 20 million, Matheus Pereira, here we go. they would have given us to him. Especially with him wanting out, them being relegated, them needing money. We 100% could have gone Matheus Pereira for 20 million. And if you consider the fact that he scored what was it, 13 Premier League goals? We could have used that. We could have used that, you know. We need some. We don't have any goal scorers, you know. That was the.
But for me, if we sell Harry Kane in the winter, I would rather try to go with like a Liverpool model, right? I'd rather have Son on the left and a shit hot ringer on the right. Like I would go and offer, you know, Atletico Madrid like 65, 70 million for like Carrera, or go in for like Gnabry or something like that. You know what I mean?
And have just
and just have like a 30 million striker in the middle. You know what I mean? Like some cheap dude. I think it would be a far more deadly team, right? Because you got two inverted wingers coming in and almost acting like two strikers, and you just need someone that's kind of like creative false nine guy in the middle who can just kind of link up play.
I mean,
to be honest with you, even Lo Celso kind of sitting there in that middle section, kind of the role that he played at whatchamacallit, isn't it?
I mean, that seems to be the new way of playing.
Yeah,
you are right. You know, mainly the goal scorers nowadays is the wingers.
Yeah,
but I mean, you kind of have to work with also what you have, you know, and like in my opinion, you know, since we had Harry Kane, we should have built a team around them, you know, but we just haven't lately.
It's too late though. Now is what I'm saying.
Too late,
though.
yeah. I mean, we don't.
A new tactic.
People are saying, you know, if we sell, like, this is what you and I were saying. People were saying if we sell Harry Kane, you know, we'll be screwed. But if we sell Harry Kane and we finance it right, and we get two or three players that can score maybe, you know, 10 goals, 15 goals a season, we have a much better team.
Yeah, much better team.
We have a much better team.
That's what I was trying to say in the summer window, and everybody said I was nuts.
I didn't. I thought, you know, but the only issue is Daniel Levy. You know, is he going to rightly invest that money? I don't think he would.
I think that now that you have what's his nuts in there, I don't think Daniel Levy would get away with. Could be wrong, but I don't think Paratici is going to get bullied over as much as Steve Hitchen would have been, right?
I agree, but
I think that now if we sold Kane, that money would get utilized, not just go to pay off bills or something like that. You know what I mean?
All right, let's say this: Harry Kane goes next summer for, let's say, 100 million, right, for City. Like, who would you get as a striker that would be available? Because I doubt Ivan Toney would even
somebody
come.
cheap, man. No, Ivan Toney is not going to come now. Well, he might.
I don't think so. I think he's.
But he's gonna cost like 50 mil, and for that price, I don't know if it's necessarily something.
Will we get
like
Lautaro? He's gonna need another striker with him. That's the issue. If we sell Harry Kane, we're gonna need to at least get two strikers. Just at least. It can't be just one striker to replace him. We're gonna need to get two strikers and two right wingers, or one right winger.
Let's just kind of look at like center forwards, people who kind of play in that role. I mean, honestly, I bet Chelsea would sell Werner.
I don't know. I don't want Werner though.
But in the middle, like if we were to go and get like Gnabry or Carrera, right, on the right,
yeah,
with Werner in the middle.
No, the man has.
Come on, man.
What are you talking about? The man has like Harvard's, all these other world-class players next to him, and he still can't score a fucking goal. Save his life. No, I don't want Timo Werner. Danny Olmo is a good.
What about like Richarlison? Going for like Richarlison or something?
No, I don't like Richarlison. See, the thing is, Richarlison.
He's pretty decent, man.
No, he's a decent player, but the
link-up play though.
He waits for the ball. Listen, the thing about Richarlison is he waits too long for the ball to go to his feet. I think Richarlison, when he needs to go to like La Liga. He needs to go like Barcelona, a team that's, you know, used to playing with possession, because I think he's much better with it. But, you know, sometimes you see with Everton, whenever you can't get the ball in his feet, he's a useless player. Useless player.
I think most of his stats are like assists, though.
Not Calvert-Lewin though. I think I wouldn't like Calvert-Lewin.
No, he's more of a point man. He's not. I'm trying to find somebody who would fit in a Liverpool type system with like a Firmino type guy who's a little bit more creative than.
People thought I was crazy. I would take Firmino. I would legitimately
He's
take
a bit
Firmino.
old though. He's 30 years old, man.
I would still take him over some of the shit we have right now, man. Him linking up with Sonny and with a top right winger. Come on now, he still can do it.
What about Usman from Napoli?
Oh no, way too overpriced. And he's
Victor
been
Osimhen?
shit. He's been shit since he went to. He's been shit.
What about Andre Silva?
Don't know much about him.
Plays for Leipzig.
RB Leipzig?
Yeah.
I don't think he starts very often, does he?
60,
I think,
71% of the time. 2 goals,
What?
2 assists already this season. 7
He played this
appearances.
season?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was Poulsen that played most of the time.
Andre Silva, number 33.
I thought it was Poulsen that played usually for RB Leipzig. I could be wrong.
He had 28 goals in last year for Frankfurt. 8 assists.
Wow.
He just went to Leipzig, right? That's who they bought after they sold all their teams, right? He had 28 goals for Frankfurt.
He could be
Portuguese.
Yeah.
Pretty tall, 185 centimeters, so about 6 foot.
I think also
6'1".
I mean, I don't know what the situation with Mario Icardi and PSG. I wouldn't mind Mario Icardi. I'm not gonna lie, he's a good link
But
up.
Brian, look, man, we need a target man to have more option, dude. The target man thing is so like 1970, right? Like people don't play with the target anymore.
Yeah,
Like Vlahovic would have been great. Like if you're gonna go, like if you're looking for a replacement of him for Harry Kane, you know that big old Norwegian guy or whatever, he would be good.
You know who I'm surprised that we didn't go for, was Depay. I don't know why we didn't go for him. And he was
I
so
don't know why we
cheap,
didn't go
too.
for Silva.
Yeah, we didn't go for a lot of people. I also think Rafael Leao.
40 million.
He's a real talent, but I doubt he'll leave AC Milan.
No, he went to Frankfurt for 20 million. Or went to RB Leipzig for 20 million.
I'm with your boat here though. I think though that Ivan Toney or maybe Richarlison could be one of the only realistic options of strikers that could, build a link up play if we got a top.
Ivan Toney would be great. I don't think he'll come though.
He'll be too expensive. I don't think Daniel Levy.
I mean, right now he's already up to 25 million pound, and with the English premium, not only that, but the London premium coming from another club, he's got 2 goals and 2 assists already this year in the league. But he's playing 100% of the minutes, 100% of the starting 11, and he's involved in 40% of the team's goal participation. So,
Jesus Christ, who was that for?
Ivan Toney.
Wow, that's crazy, man. I also like that kid that we were linked for, Isaac. I've been keeping up with him. He's been pretty decent. Last season I think he had a pretty good season. He had like 17 goals and 2 assists. 17 La Liga goals as well.
Someone who's decently.
No, Haaland.
Who's this guy?
But that's what I mean, man. We missed the boat with so many players now. I we're just, and we're just in. I feel bad for anybody that comes to the club right now, and not player wise, but like I think like manager.
What about that striker over at Sevilla, Yusuf Nesri, or En Nesri, Yusuf En Nesri? He's like 6'3".
How old is he though?
He's Moroccan. He's 25.
Could
Scored
be.
3 goals, 1 assist so far in the league, and 1 assist in the Champions League. He's like 190 centimeters tall. He's a pretty big dude. He can play all across the front, right wing, left wing. Current market value is 36 million pounds. 24 years old.
People were shitting on
Left-footed,
Gabriel Jesus.
left-footed striker, dude. Left-footed strikers are dangerous. They're nasty.
People were shitting on Gabriel Jesus, but I would take Gabriel Jesus over Richarlison any day, in my opinion.
I don't know.
Really?
Nothing. Like if he were to get assists, I'd be cool. I would say yeah, but even his assist stats are pretty low.
Yes. What do you mean? He has what, like 7 games, and he has like 2 goals and 4 assists. He's usually known for his assists. He's not known for his goals.
Yeah, but like even last year, he wasn't.
Last season, he did have a very poor
Yeah.
season. I'm not gonna lie, he did have a.
And he was
very
kind of
poor-
the main man all year, is what I'm saying. You know, before that, he only played bit roles for.
Well, I disagree. I thought the 1920 season he had a great season. He played 34 Premier League games. He had 14 goals and 8 assists. That for me is
decent.
underrated. That I mean, that's higher than average than most Premier League, strikers. And you got to remember, he's only like what, 24, 23 now. The Premier League is not an easy league, and he had 8 Champions League games, so scored 6 goals and 3 assists. I thought he was very good in the 19 and 20 season, and he was the main man mostly in the front. But I don't know what happened to him last season though. He didn't have a very good season.
Yeah.
You see, but the thing is, I don't like looking at these other leagues when it comes to strikers. Like people are talking about Vlahovic. Yeah, he's good, but I will much rather spend a 50 million on Ivan Toney than Vlahovic, just because Ivan Toney has experience in Premier League. Like when you have a striker that has Premier League experience, it's so much more valuable, in my opinion, than an international striker. Because it is the position.
I've been pushing this Ivan Toney thing like before I had my channel, before David even had his channel, like on what We Are Time TV, I was pushing it, and it was just, I don't know, it's just so annoying that we don't. Everybody's kept telling me, "Oh, he's not proven." Well, now he's pretty proven.
Yeah, and in my opinion,
do I think he's going to score 32 goals and with like 12 assists this year? No. Right? But if he can get 15.
Well, the thing is, his hold-up play is fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
His hold-up play is fantastic.
Yeah,
and his work rate is fantastic. And,
could you imagine if we could have picked him up for like 10 million last season? Right.
I mean,
like in the last winter
window. Imagine we got Jack Grealish. Imagine we got Mane.
Mane.
Imagine we did a lot of things.
We could have had a lot of people and afforded it too. Because when we were in for Jack, it was like 6 million.
Yeah, we easily could have afforded him. It's just Daniel Levy. We could have had Sadio Mane for 25 million, man. You telling me Spurs can't afford 25 million per player? It's just we could have had a lot of players. It's just that's the thing about being a Spurs fan. It's just a what ifs. What if we got this guy? What if we got that guy? And I mean, what if we got Bruno Fernandes? What if we got Bruno Fernandes? Imagine that.
He wasn't even that expensive either.
No, what if we got Ruben Diaz, who is cheaper than Sanchez? Imagine that. This club, man. It's just
what I want to know is how. Let me ask you this question. And this is we'll kind of wrap the show up here in a little bit on this point here, but how is in the world is Marcus Rashford worth more money than Heung-min Son?
I don't know, because the English tax is the most real thing ever.
How's the most Sterling worth more than Heung-min Son?
Listen, I'm telling you, the English tax is the most real thing ever. Do you think? Let me ask you this, Will. Last season, Jack Grealish scored how many goals? What was it, like maybe 10 goals, right? Do you think he is worth 10 million? I mean, not 10 million, 100 million. 100 million.
Right now, he's only worth, his market rating is only worth 58 million. But I mean, City paid 100 million for him. But what I'm saying, I'm talking like the market rating. So they're saying basically Like Sadio Mane, I think that you could make an argument, right? Who's better, Son or Sadio? I think Son's personally better than Sadio Mane. He's far more consistent than Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane goes through big droughts of nothing.
Sadio also in my opinion, goes missing a couple games, and he
Yeah.
also has a much better team. And you also got to think about it. He has to do a lot less defensive work. I mean, he has Andy Robertson there.
Like the only left winger who I could say that is better than Heung-min Son right now in the world is maybe Neymar.
No, it is Neymar. He is better than Heung-min Son. Like, come on now.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But that's the only one. But Neymar doesn't play left wing. He kind of moves around in and out of midfield and central, and you know what I mean?
I agree with you. I think there is still a debate though between him and Sadio. I mean, I as much as I think Son is better, I think you can make a real debate as to why Sadio Mane is better than Sonny.
I mean, I guess you could if you were to look like strictly on goal statistic numbers and stuff like that. But if you look at like on the team that he's playing for, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
David says Neymar, Sadio Mane in that order. I agree.
Jadon Sancho.
They've got Jadon Sancho as the number one.
That's what I'm about to say.
Like what?
How do you
done nothing?
That? He's done absolutely. I'm telling you, the English tax is
Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford.
Look, listen.
Oh my god!
Listen, Will. Any player, right? Like Ivan Toney, you would say, as a striker, right? From what he's done so far, is a 35, maybe $40 million, like 40 million pound striker, right?
It's just the Manchester United bias,
I
think.
No, but like you add the English to that, it makes him a 60 million pound striker. That's just how it is. You know, Jack Grealish, in my opinion, he's like a 45 million, maybe like 60 million pound winger, right? But you add the English bias, you add the English in there, and he's like 100 million. You know, it's crazy how much English. Like the only player I would say that's really worth his value and his English is Harry Kane. Really, you know, I mean, for me, I think Harry Kane's 100% worth the 150 million. But like Jack Grealish for 100 million, I thought that was crazy because I know a bunch of left wingers that are better than Jack Grealish. A bunch.
It's like, why are you going to go in and spend 100 million on him when you got Raheem Sterling, who's technically worth more than him now? And it's like, I don't know what City's trying to do. You know what I mean? Well, but I think Jack Grealish is better than Raheem Sterling, if you ask me.
Oh, 100%. But the thing is, I think City needed someone with a personality, and also he's homegrown, and it's kind of like if you really think about it, City is a very boring club. For a club that wins a lot of Premier Leagues, they're a very stale club. They're barely talked about how boring they are. You know, Spurs are talked about more than boring. And we, you know, and we're shit. You know, we're talked more about than City. You know, and if you look at it, they're also kind of a club that doesn't like. Yeah, they have a lot of fans, quote unquote, but it's a lot of like. Let's be real. They're just people that saw Man City, saw that they win a lot of trophies, and they kind of just hopped on the bandwagon. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that like the only attraction of City is that they win trophies and that they play nice football. That's about it.
Would you do a swap for Weston McKennie for Dele Alli?
Oh, 100%.
I think that would be something because he's in rumors again. He's being linked with West Ham and stuff like that.
I mean, he wouldn't listen. I like Weston McKennie, and I think he would 100% improve.
I think he'd get a lot more effort. Like if he wants, he'd run around just as much as Dele's running around this season. He's going to at least get something.
And he doesn't lose the ball.
He's hungry.
Yeah, he's a big boy too. He doesn't lose the ball easily.
He's hungry.
He's a strong kid, and he's good at corners, good at headers.
Yeah, he is. But in the box, he's great.
Yeah,
Juve would never do it. Why wouldn't Juve do it, Dietrich? They're trying to get rid of him. He's the number one player that they've been trying to push out for whatever reason. I don't know. It's to raise money or whatnot.
I think it's because they got Locatelli.
Yeah, and they're trying to move him on hard.
But in my opinion, for me, the more my personal preference for a number 8 would be Florian Nehus. I just think he has the flair, he has the vision, He has the ability to control tempos in games, which is something we still lack. Like, for example, when we went 1 goal up, you saw the team got like this. It got jittery.
Little shakes.
Nobody can control the tempo of the game. No one in the midfield that just grab. Even Tanguy, was losing the ball a lot. Nobody that kind of like just eased the game. We had Christian Eriksen for that, right?
Yeah.
I think for me, I think Nehus would just fill that number 8 position perfectly. I think he would be a good tempo setter that we don't have in this team. I think Weston McKennie, I would still have Weston McKennie come in. I think Weston McKennie would be more of like a leadership, a dog type fighter. And if you really think about it, we don't
it's not that we're saying that we need Weston McKennie, but like the way that Nuno was kind of playing Dele on that left side, right? In that into that role. Weston McKennie for me is far more creative than Skip.
Oh, 100%. But what I was going to say with that is, in my opinion, we don't even need an attacking midfielder. You look at a lot of top clubs today; they all have central defensive midfielders.
The traditional number 10 is pretty much dead.
It's
starting to make a comeback a little bit, but yeah, it's not.
It's not the way it used to be. And you can play now. It's all about getting 3 central midfielders, right, or defensive midfielders like Chelsea, City, and
like 3/8 is what they're trying to play, yeah.
And Liverpool do it, and just control the ball in the middle, control the tempo in the middle, and have the wingers and the false 9 be the main, goal scorers and creator. It's usually now the striker that's playing the number 10 role, really. Yeah. And that's just the way the new system is. So a lot of people saying, "Oh, but we have to go this way. We have to get this player." We have to we
kind of even happened to my son for whatever reason. He kind of started out as number 10, and he's been being pushed up into the striker role, and he's small, which I'm like, why are they pushing him up to play striker? But what it is the team has 2 guys on either wing that are really kind of fast, and my son's super creative, right? So he can score when he has to score, but most of the time his first instinct is,
pass the ball,
play the ball up.
Yeah.
And he's technically good. So when the ball comes into him, he can hold it up well, right? Like he can hold the ball until people start to overlap. And he's got enough technical ability on the ball to turn and play the ball in, right? So it's not so much about fighting. I mean, that's why even Harry Kane had to, that's why he did such a good job last season, was not so much his, target man role.
People, and I want to address Brian C's comment. He's saying every game everyone's complaining about no creativity in our midfield. That's not me. My main complaint about our midfield is that we can't hold on to the ball, especially when we have a lead. We have no tempo setter. We have no ability to dominate the ball and dominate the midfield. We don't need to be creating from the midfield. We just need a couple players creating in general, right? We just need the midfield to dominate. That's the main objective in modern football, is the midfield to dominate the game and overrun the other midfield. If you can do that, you control the tempo of the game. And you need the wingers and you need the strikers to create. That's the way it is.
If we could break Lucas Moura's bad habit of taking 4 too many touches, I think he would be really good. If you could put like Lo Celso's brain in his body,
that's never going to go away.
World-class player, though.
Yeah, but that's never going to go away. I mean, he's 29. He's like 30 now. If he can't get the first touch right, he's not going to get it at 30.
The ball sticks to him. When it lands, and he's really good in the air. He's really good at winning aerial battles.
It's better than Kane.
Yeah,
better than Kane.
But the problem is that he's not creative. He's not looking for that pass.
No.
Whereas a midfielder, he should be looking for the pass.
But you know what?
Better than any 10 we've got right now, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like, look, I know this is going to piss off Scott M really bad, but Giovanni Lo Celso, man, big disappointment for me. Huge.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That kind of disappointed me. I think we just haven't played him the right role, Will.
Where's he got to play?
I'm telling you, playing the number 10 role. He played, listen, when he went to, so first off, he was brought in by Pochettino, right? to play a
Mhm.
very specific role. He was actually meant to replace Dele Alli. People forget about that. He used to play as a second striker. He used to play as a second striker for Betis. He was supposed to replace Dele Alli. Then Pochettino gets sacked. Mourinho has other plans for him and wants to play him as a number 8, kind of in a deeper position, right? So then he has to play there. And then Mourinho gets sacked. And Nuno plays him as a right winger / whatever. And, that's not his position. He just doesn't have the pace for that. He's a player that you either play him as a number 10 or you play him as a second striker. Like, I guarantee you play Giovanni Lo Celso next to Kane like you did today, he's going to keep producing more. Like, he looked very good. Like, you can't deny it. When he came on, he looked very good at that number 10 role. Did he not? He should have scored a goal, but he looked very good.
Yeah, we need. I want to see more clinical passing from the people in the middle, right? I mean, that's Harry Winks' problem. One is he's slow, he's lazy.
Shit.
Yeah, he might be once the
Can't do
ball's on
anything.
his feet, he might be good at like boxing out, you know what I mean? Like blocking people. But his passes are horrible, right?
He's slow. Doesn't have
Skips, even
pace.
some of Skip's passes aren't good. He
Yeah,
gives
but
the
he's a
ball
much-
away too much.
Much bigger.
Better
improvement.
than Winks. But Højbjerg, his short passes are good. They're sharp.
Short, quick.
They tend to be pretty accurate.
Good first touch.
We just need 3 Højbjergs across the middle and we'd be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I think Giovanni Lo Celso, his first touch is usually really well. And his passing ability is also very good. He's also got a decent cross. You see when he takes crosses, he's pretty good at crossing the ball. I just think we just need to play him that right role and that number 10 role. I think he was meant to be the Eriksen replacement, and we never played him in the role to actually be the Eriksen replacement. We've actually been playing Tanguy there. Tanguy wasn't supposed to even play in that role, but because he's too much of a fat ass, he can't play Dembele's role. So like that's why I'm saying, like, I'd rather remove Tanguy and put Lo Celso there because I think Lo Celso could do better at number 10. I think he would.
Yeah.
I think we also score more goals. Lo Celso if you notice, he gets in more dangerous position than Tanguy does.
Yeah, but he's just not. It just doesn't seem like he does anything though.
What do you mean? He came on, he created like 4 chances. If you play him the right role, he does something. But yeah, it's like when you play Sonny as a left wing back, right? He's not going to do much for you attacking wise, right? You're diminishing. You have a player there that plays, in a specific, role that is very good at, but you're not choosing to play him, So you're diminishing his skills.
Yeah.
So
I hear you. But folks,
yeah.
we're gonna have to call it early nights. 11:30 in the PM.
Oh yeah.
Marcelo, let people know where they can find you.
To Gangsta25. Shoot me up on Twitter if you want to talk some shit. Get ready to, for a scrap. But,
up there on the screen. If you want to troll Marcelo, find him at 10gangsta25 on Twitter. We got a break.
Yeah. Break from Spurs. Just when we
Spurs.
started winning. Isn't that ironic?
I might be doing.
Could have used that break too. I could have used that break a week ago. You know what I mean? Now we're on the high. Then we take a break.
And we always do. We always look really bad when we come back from international break.
Well, another thing I guess we didn't even speak about is what's going to happen because the World Cup qualifiers is going to happen. And I think Romero is going to go back to the Argentinian team. Lo Celso is going to go back to the Argentinian team. They're going to have to go through that whole bullshit cycle again of being isolated. Listen, FIFA's got to figure something out, and the club needs to figure something out about that shit. You know what I mean? It's just...
Well, it's just even going to get worse with like the World Cup next year being in the middle of the season and all kinds of stuff. It's just going to be...
It's going to be in the middle of the season?
Yeah, dude.
No. I thought it was going to... World Cup is in the summer. It always is, right?
No, it's because it's in Qatar or whatever. It's like November, December.
What?
Yeah.
How's that even going to work out? Well, we're going to be like, all right, guys, take a break.
We're gonna have to,
World Cup is happening.
Yeah, November. They're going to have to start the league in like like July or something like that.
Listen, we criticize UEFA and we criticize the FA, but Jesus Christ, the FIFA has got to be one of the most incompetent footballing organizations I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But
my guess is that they'll probably start the season instead of starting in August, they'll start it in July.
This just doesn't make any sense, though.
And then just let the transfer window roll on all the way till September. So.
Like, why would you do that, though? It just fucks with everything.
I know.
It's also the World Cup. Like the World Cup it's just a summer event. It should just be like it's when everybody has time off. The families together. It's just.
I mean, that's the problem. And apparently a lot of the matches are going to be on nighttime there. So it'll be good for us. So instead of having to like wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and watching crap.
Well, Russia wasn't that bad. Russia was like, I think, what was it? Yeah, we had like games at 2 o'clock, the afternoon. I didn't mind that.
Like 3.
Yeah, I didn't mind Russia.
It's more like the UK, but I mean, some of the matches were early, like 7:30 and stuff like that. But because it's so hot in Qatar,
they had to play.
They had to wait till play at night and play in the wintertime.
Jesus Christ! All that just for some money. It's crazy how. Yeah.
But at least the one after that will be here.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get to go to some matches, especially now that I live in Atlanta. I'm not sure where they're hosting. I know Atlanta was in for one.
100%. I'm gonna have to go to a Brazil game, especially when we win it.
World Cup.
It's gonna be good for the USA too. You guys, last time you guys were hosted the World Cup, you guys reached, I think, what was it, the quarterfinals?
Yeah. And to be honest with you, the young talent that we have coming up, I have high hopes for 26, dude. I think we could be far more dangerous than we are now. Because you're talking about all of our we have about 22 young guys in Europe right now, all under the age of 22. So by the 2026 World Cup, they'll all be like in their prime, 26. In their prime.
And it's going to be in the home. I think that's your best opportunity. I don't
think we'll win, but
you'll win it. Yeah.
Close, yeah.
I think that's your best opportunity to at least like have a go at the cup, in my opinion. At least have a go at it.
Yeah. Apparently, by the end of this year, they're supposed to select the locations.
It's got to be the USA.
No, I mean it's in the U.S., but the stadiums. What stadiums are going to host the matches in? It's like right now we don't know. Why is it blurred out?
Well, it's obviously going to have to be the biggest stadiums. Football stadiums would have to be, right?
Yeah. The final is going to be at the MetLife Stadium.
Of course.
And then let's see.
I think I might actually make it to that one. I might go to the final for the World Cup if it's in MetLife, because it's only in Jersey. That's not a far drive.
Yeah, it's not too far for you.
No, I would have to get tickets for that one. I've been to MetLife. I went there to watch Brazil play one time. They played against the USA, actually. It's a good stadium.
So apparently, out of the 80 games, Mexico and Canada get 10 games each. We get 60 games.
Just hope Gillette Stadium is going to host one. I doubt it, though.
I'm trying to find it. Sports Illustrated, for some reason, wants me to pay to see the article that they have about it. I'm not doing that. They haven't announced them yet. 26 World Cup venues. United States. I want to know about the United States. I want to know where the venues are. Okay, host city odds. Here we go.
Hopefully that won't be enough.
All right. Oh, no, they do. Sports Illustrated too. Gosh dang. They did. I used to be able to read Sports Illustrated. I don't know when they started charging.
I don't know. They probably
Here we go.
money.
This is a little bit old article. They got MetLife. It's going to be holding the final. We know that one for sure. You got the Rose Bowl in Los Angeles. So you got the Atlanta Falcons Stadium in Atlanta here is apparently number 3 on the list. So I will definitely be hitting. And the 1994 World Cup was held here too, right? So I'll be definitely hitting that up.
I just hope we get the same luck from the last time we went to the USA. Brazil.
I just wish they'd hurry up and announce it so I can get tickets before they get sold out. Because here in Atlanta, I mean, it's going to get sold out quick, dude. 75,000 seats in a city of 7 million people, not to mention all the international folk that are going to want to be coming in to have seats.
Yeah. Especially also Jersey. Because you got to remember, Jersey also close to New York. It's close to a lot of places. That'll get sold out quick, too. Well,
what do World Cup tickets usually cost? Are they like American sport tickets where they're like $200 a piece or what?
I don't know. I never been to a World Cup game. I've been to a Copa America game. I've been to when I was in Brazil, I've been to league games and I saw Brazil play the 2005 squad, I think. 2000 and I don't know, it was 2005, 2003 squad. I think Ronaldinho was in the squad. Rivaldo was gone, but R9 was there. There was a ton. I mean, it was when we were in our prime. I got to see them play, but I never seen a World Cup game. That's one thing that I have to, scratch off my bucket list.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do that too. Even if I have to go in debt, not.
It's probably going to cost a lot of money. Especially
either way, I'll just take my camera and my thing and then tax deduct it, right? If I make a YouTube video on it, I can deduct it from my taxes. So
have you noticed how much people in England they complain about tickets, but in America, ticket prices they'll say
$200 to go watch a football match.
It's $200 fucking dollars.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And people were complaining about what was it 70? 70
yeah, $70, $60 or something, like 60 pounds, 70. It's like I'd be there every week, dude.
Yeah, dude. If tickets are 60 pounds,
I spend more than that on beer in a week. So I mean, it's But even MLS games here, dude, are like 60, $70.
Yeah, to watch the Bruins play, I would have to it almost costs as much as my PS5. You know, front suite tickets for the Bruins or the Patriots. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what's funny with MLS, I don't know why they don't sell them for cheaper. They probably get a lot more people because they cost I went to a DC United match and it cost $65 a ticket and half the stadium was empty. Why not just sell it for $20 and get more people to come?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, because
your stadium holds 38,000 people or 25,000 people. Right? If you're, I could do the math. You got $60 at half capacity. They might come out a little bit more.
Well, let me see. How much would be a Spurs? How much is a Spurs ticket? Gotta make sure it's let's see this. So to watch West Ham versus Spurs. Oh wow! Oh, to watch Tottenham versus Manchester United right now, it would be 260. Well, okay, but to watch Tottenham versus Leeds, tickets will only cost you 89 pounds. It's that's not even half of how much you have to pay to watch a Patriots game. The Patriots versus the Buccaneers right now that's going on. You have to pay at least 300 just to get in.
I went to one of those ICC matches. When it came here. Down in Charlotte.
You mean the preseason games?
Yeah. I saw Dortmund, something like that. That was it was $100. I want to say $120 a ticket or something like that.
Yeah, it cost me 140 to watch a preseason match of AC Milan versus Benfica. Preseason. Yeah. I was what the fuck? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, I wonder what World Cup ticket. I wonder if there's a.
Apparently, the Bundesliga, the tickets there are wicked cheap. I mean,
Yeah, it's like 40 euro or something like
yeah,
that.
like no, it's like legitimately like $40 to just watch a game, like $20 to $40. Like it's crazy. It's wicked cheap. And then if you can also consider the championship, which is, I mean, if I lived in England, I would watch the championship every week because it like I heard some of the ticket prices are super cheap. But
So apparently for Dubai, because of that, they're doing these like all-inclusive packages that include like airport hotels and all that crap. But that's like thousands of bucks.
Jesus fuck.
I mean, going to Qatar would be fun, but
Fuck that. I'm not going anywhere near those places.
says that the cost of tickets for group matches range between $105 to $210, while tickets for the final ranged in price. So even for the final, they're like between $455 to $1,000
Wow.
for Qatar.
Well, it looks
So
like I'm going to have to save money for 26.
If it's $105, let's see. When we get closer to 2026 too, maybe some of those UK guys, if they want to come, I've got a guest room they could stay.
Oh yeah, John
YouTubers.
Fitzpatrick. I mean, you want to talk about absurd ticket prices? Have you ever seen how much it costs to watch a fight here in the United States? That is absurd.
Even pay-per-view is like $200 nowadays.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's $100 if you have like a special package, but
yeah, that's if you pay for it. I don't fucking pay for pay-per-view.
everybody's streaming it nowadays.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
People are streaming it on Discord now.
Yeah, I can go listen. I can go on Twitch and I could find someone streaming a fight. You know, like
Yeah.
I mean, they need like whoever can like that whole pay-per-view model is so dead. Like nobody's gonna pay $200 to watch a fight. That's not even guaranteed to be worth $200. Like let's really put like what's $200 worth? You know, you can change like you can get some really nice tires for less than $200. Like you can find some really nice tires for your car for $200, right? And I mean like all four of them. Right? So like you pay that, you rather pay a pay-per-view for instead of that. Like fuck that. Like I would never pay for pay-per-view. It's the dumbest shit ever. Now I think they need to move on to like a model like, you know, like monthly membership. Like I think like, you know, with Peacock, I think Peacock does a decent job. I think a lot of like ESPN Plus.
That's great.
Yeah, that's a great one. I think ESPN Plus is one of the best sporting. I mean, you can watch what is it? Bundesliga,
La Liga,
Eredivisie. You can watch the championship there. You can watch FA Cup games. You can watch Carabao Cup games.
Yep. You can also watch the Australian.
Yep.
Football
Australian League. Yeah, if you're interested in that.
Sometimes the J League too. They'll have matches for the J League on late at night. If you're up late at night, you want to watch something.
Yep. And also, I mean, if they also
used to do Serie A, but that went to Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
unfortunately. Year, which is where all the Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, Serie A, that's all on Paramount Plus.
I think if ESPN Plus somehow in some way snag the Premier League off NBC, I don't think it will ever happen, but I think if they did, they'll be like the perfect app. If they had the Premier League in there too.
Cheap TV for $200. I could buy. You can get this TV for $200, brand new here in the United States now.
Yeah, I can buy a whole
5-inch flat screen TV for $280 or something at Walmart.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, pay-per-view is just ridiculous. I'm not a big fan of Paramount Plus. I mean, like, I only get it for the Champions League and Europa League and the Conference.
They do have some decent shows too on Paramount Plus. It's not bad. To be honest with you, I like it a little bit better than Peacock, but it's harder to find stuff on Paramount Plus than Peacock, and that's annoying.
I think Peacock is horrendous in my opinion.
Yeah, Peacock's with me.
The only reason I have is for some Premier League games. I mean, they don't even stream all of Premier League games. They only
I know
stream
that's the problem.
some.
You can watch them afterwards on replay.
Fuck that. Who wants to watch a replay?
I'd actually watch it today. To be honest with you, I didn't wake up till 11.
So you rewatched the game?
Yeah, I rewatched the game. I actually
Shame
watched
on-
it twice. I just watched it too, or like 7 o'clock.
Shame on you, Will Stewart. How dare you not
know.
wake up for Tottenham?
It's the first time I missed, man. I was tired, dude.
No, I'm not gonna...
I've been dead lately. I don't know why. Just no energy whatsoever.
No, I remember it. I worked, what was it? Like 60-hour week. And we were playing Middlesbrough and the FA Cup. And I had to like wake up at 6 a.m. And I saw that we went 1-0 down to Middlesbrough. And I just like said, fuck this. I went back to sleep.
Well, see, I have an iPad. I have an iPad on my nightstand. So what I'll do is I tend to just wake up. I'll set my alarm, and then I'll just watch it on my iPad, laying in bed.
Yeah.
And then, that way I don't have to wake up, my wife and everything like that, and so I can just sit there and watch it. And but today, dude, I didn't. I set my alarm last night before I went to bed, and I just woke up and it was 11.
Yeah, well, and you honestly, I would say sleep in for more games because we honestly had our best performance, and you didn't watch. It was one of our best performances. I would say that. Would you say that was probably our like? I know City was a good game, but I would say that was probably our most
in the league.
performance.
Yeah, in the league, it was the best one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't count that Conference League stuff like in the group stage. Like those games are unless it's against Rens, but yeah.
Yeah, and I think we'll top our group in that thing.
Sure.
I don't have any problems with that. I think we'll beat Ren at home, so
yeah,
we shouldn't have any problems topping that group.
A draw is looking really good, isn't it, against Rens? Because they've been actually playing pretty well recently.
And the other teams in the group, I don't think are gonna.
No, they're shit. I mean,
challenge us very much.
That Mora team, I can't lie, is probably the worst team I've ever seen Tottenham play. I mean, the skill, and I'm gonna be honest, we weren't that good either. You know what I mean? In that game, I mean, I know we scored 5 goals, but we had to bring on Harry Kane to, ensure us. It's crazy.
Yeah, like for us too. I mean, they've got the like today we have 56% possession, 8 shots on target, 17 shots, a lot more passes, a lot more touches.
Oh, we created a bunch of chances. We should have scored 5 goals easily.
You know what the problem is though, dude? We still had 37 freaking clearances.
Yeah.
And they had 6. So we are still letting people get at us. Like there's not enough defensively going on upfield. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the issue is, other than Reguilon, and I will say this about Emerson, that he's still lacking in some of those crosses in terms of quality. Other than Reguilon, we don't really have anybody that can cross the ball. Like consistently.
Yeah.
Like Sonny can do it sometimes. Emerson, he can do it sometimes. But like Reguilon's the only one that can really consistently cross a ball from anywhere. If you really think about it.
Yeah, he's good with the long balls, and he's really accurate too, to be honest with you.
Oh no, yeah, no, it's accurate, it's lethal, it's right to the player he intends to go to. It just seems we don't seem to be a very crossing team. We seem more like of a like very linear cut through the defense type team.
Who do I want to vote for Budweiser goal of the month? I don't like any of these people. Let's go with Matt Cash.
Who's the nominees?
Bruno Fernandes, Jesse Lingard versus Newcastle, Romelu Lukaku, Andros Townsend, Naby
Andrew Townsend. You got to vote for the former Spurs player. Oh no.
Naby Keita.
You don't like Townsend? You don't like How do you not like Townsend?
I mean, he's okay. I just picked Matty Cash because He's not Lingard or Aubameyang. Or...
You just like that his name sounds American, don't you?
No. Mankey plays for Aston Villa. He was that guy today that was like, he had that screamer last week, and then today was like blasting it all over the place. Manager of the month for September.
I think Arteta's
dude. Michael Arteta is going to win that one.
Yeah, he actually had a good month. He like, I'm not even gonna lie. He
can't even vote for it now. So.
Yeah.
Well, Klopp. That's gonna
let's hope the curse happens to Mikel. About that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, I mean, it happened to him today, right? I mean, drawn with.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think it's whenever.
Or yesterday, or whenever that was.
I think it's whenever he's. The thing is, I think it's, and I see this similar issue with him and Ollie. I think they struggle whenever they're asked to break teams down. Like, if you notice it, whenever it's like, you look at Ollie, when he'll play like PSG, for example, right? He'll beat them. But then he'll play like a team like fucking Burnley, right? Or like, I don't know, Brighton. And he'll just have like the most difficult time of his life trying to beat them. Because every time you ask Ole to break someone down, he just can't.
Looks like a lumberjack. He's like a lumberjack now.
He does.
Graham Potter. Looking like a lumberjack. Like some Norwegian lumberjack.
I think he deserves it. Manager of the month. I think he's been great.
Yeah. Shane Duffy's been playing really well too.
Yeah.
Got me a lot of points in FPL lately.
I haven't kept up. Honestly, I think my FPL went to shit because I forgot to like take off a bunch of players that got injured. You see, I always do this myself. I always start off with a great team. Someone gets injured, I don't keep up with it. Then I'm just like, oh yeah, like
you got to keep up with it every week, dude.
I know, but like, Sonny, missed out 5 games. I'll still keep him on. Why fucking not?
I made the mistake though of I should have captained Salah, but he had a fixture against City, and Ronaldo didn't even start and had like, no stuff, no goals. But my captain only got 2 points this week, and that was bad. But Son and Salah did pretty good for me. Ended up with a final 49 points, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Well, Stuart, I gotta go to sleep.
As do I, my friend.
You have a great one. It was great talking to you.
Take it easy.
Yeah, you have a great time sleeping. Do you work tomorrow?
I work every day, man.
You
own your own business, yeah.
Oh yeah. That's got to be tough, man.
Yeah.
Fucking.
But it's not. I don't have set hours. I just kind of basically just work all day every day. So if I want to take an hour break here or there, I kind of work on my own time, right?
Yeah, I guess it's nice. Nobody bothering you or like, Well, I bet you got a lot of people bothering you, but like telling you what to do all the time.
Yeah, I just do whatever I want to do for the most part, and then as long as I get what needs to be done, I can do it on my own time. Like if I want to take 3 days off in a row, I can go take 3 days off in a row. But as long as I just get everything done.
Yeah. Well, you have a good one.
All right, mate.
Adios.
Take it easy. Bye-bye, folks. Thanks for watching another late night THFC rant. Seems like things are starting to turn for the better, but we do have the international break coming up. And we don't do very well coming back from international breaks. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the show. Thanks for hitting that like button and that subscribe button. Thanks for all the super chats, super stickers, and all that good stuff. It's greatly appreciated. It really does help pay for all the fancy stuff you see here in the room. Folks, we will see you guys next time. Our next show will be, I'm trying to figure out a new show schedule. We'll be doing some midweek shows and stuff like that. I will definitely be doing some international breaks, some U.S. men's national team watch-alongs and stuff like that. Make sure if you haven't already, hit that like button on the video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe. Stay strong. Stay Spurs. And we will see you guys next time.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's go now.
get